From the farthest reaches of the galaxy, the Midwest, you're watching Beyond the Blast Doors live.
Welcome to Beyond the Blast Doors. It's Friday night. David Gilbert, David Emelati's hanging out over by the computer. We're bored and it's snowing here in the Midwest. We're going to build some Legos, right, David?
I think that's a really good idea. Good job, buddy.
You did some Lego builds the other week. And what'd you build last week?
I built like 2 battle packs, and I built a starfighter and a clone tank.
So some smaller sets.
Yeah.
So my mother didn't come up to visit me for my birthday, and I think she felt guilty. So for my birthday, she got me this lovely First Order Death Star Destroyer.
Just throw it under the bus like that.
So
That's great.
I am. So that's what we're building tonight. So I think I win in terms of Lego builds for today. So I don't know if we're going to be able to build all this today, but I'm really, really excited for it. How many pieces is it?
It's a lot.
1,416. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far we get tonight. Unbox it. I got scissors here. A couple pieces of tape.
Rip into it, dude.
I am.
You don't have to be politically correct. Just rip in the damn thing. Just so everybody knows, I'll be off camera for the next. We're gonna do this for a couple of hours, but I'll be. That's gonna be so loud.
We're just gonna dump it over.
That's gonna be so loud on the live stream. Oh, and he dropped pieces.
It's okay. Bag 6.
All right. We're trying a few new things. Jesus, you're so loud.
You know what? I'm excited. When was the last time you had a Lego set? This is like 10 bags.
That's massive. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
10, 8, 3, 9.
All right, so David, I'm gonna help you with your microphone in just a second because I think you're just gonna kill us with all the rattling.
With all the noise?
With all the noise. So we're gonna work on this in a second. But how many bags would you say? I mean, like.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh gosh.
9.
So what's your approach when you're gonna build here? Are you gonna do like the one bags at a time, or are you just gonna rip them all open?
No, I'm gonna go one bag at a time. I feel like they probably separate these out so that way you don't get like too overwhelmed with pieces, which is probably a good thing.
Right.
Because there are a lot of little tiny pieces.
Now, just so the folks watching right now, we have 3 in the live chat, so I want to say hi to everybody. Just want to let you know we're trying a couple new toys tonight, and so the first toy I'm actually going to do right now. We are introducing. Where did the remote go? This is great. This is live streaming at its finest, if I do say so myself. We're going to throw up a graphic, and then we're going to pop back on here. And I'm going to keep this, David, for the most part. But as you can see, we have a second camera set up on Beyond the Blast Doors. How cool is that, David? Do you see that over here on the screen? Mm-hmm. Yep, very cool. So we're going to be able to figure out how David makes as far as progress on this Lego set. And, David, I am going to ask that you try and keep everything you're trying to do more towards the right of you. If you can kind of see.
Towards the right of me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, perfect. There we go.
All right. Put my instruction.
Yep.
Look at this thing. This thing's like a manual. This is like, I had college textbooks thinner than this. This is, how big is this? This is 252 pages of, 253 pages of instruction. And then a few pages of advertisements in the back.
Now, have you constructed a Lego set this large?
Me never.
Krennic's shuttle is probably the largest you've built.
That probably is. How many was that? Like 800 pieces?
No, it was
twice that.
Yeah.
Which right now, Krennic shuttles is like that's my favorite so far. I really, really dig that ship. To me, it doesn't feel as big and clunky as Kylo Ren's ship, and it's kind of got that feel of like the original trilogy shuttles. So I really like that one, except it's black and it's got Krennic in it. Okay, let's see. Page number 1.
Do we get any minifigures right off the bat?
Minifigures right off the bat? Let's see here. It looks like I'll get one here. Probably some sort of Imperial officer. Oh, it's even got some explanations. Bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, bag 5, 6, 7. So I get a guy in bag 1, a little droid of some sort in bag 4, Bag 7 and 8 I open up together, and I get a couple stormtroopers.
Looks like you get Snoke.
Yeah, Snoke I get in bag.
You get a
10 and
shuttle
11.
pilot.
That's bag 9.
Yeah.
7 and 8 I get the 2 stormtroopers.
So, for 1,416, it's 1,416 pieces. You're getting 5 minifigures plus the droid. That breaks down pretty well. Good bang for your buck. And especially for you, you got this free. This was Christmas.
Yep.
From your loving mother.
My loving mother. I'm really excited about this. I told her that immensely.
So right now, David's going to get underway with the build, and we're keeping this super casual. If you want to chime in and just ask any questions, if you got, let us know what you're doing tonight. Anything Star Wars catch your mind. I'm actually working on show notes for our Sunday show. We think right now we're going to have a Sunday show.
Depends on if we're still here, if the snow blows us all away.
Yeah, we're getting anywhere from 4 to 12 inches of
12
snow.
inches.
If thunder snow happens, there's a chance. I was told that we'll have thunder snow.
If there's thunder snow, can we go watch?
We can. We're going to be here, so I'm really excited for you. This is a cool set.
It is really cool.
So who's responsible for getting you into Star Wars Legos?
You.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So I've provided you your 2 worst vices ever.
Star Wars Legos. When I was a kid, I liked the pirate Legos, and I liked the knights in Shining Armor Legos. I thought those were really cool. And my mother moved a number of years ago, and she's like, do you want any of these Legos? And they were all the sets that were, falling apart. And I was like, no. And then I immediately regretted that as soon as she finally got rid of them. So there's some pretty cool sets, too, since they don't make them anymore. And I'm definitely one of those guys that, spreads out my Legos so I can see what I have, because if not, I will never be able to find the pieces.
So I'm double checking with everybody. Those watching right now on the live stream, I just want to make sure that the bag crinkle and the Lego rattle isn't the worst. But I do know that I think Dave is a little soft. So
I'm a little soft. Speak a little. Move this.
Listen to this. In St. Louis right now, underground St. Louis, Sam right now is in the live chat.
Hi, Sam.
Says we have about 6 inches of snow right now, and it keeps coming. That's ridiculous. That's what's happening in the 314 right now. We're talking about Crestwood, Missouri.
Yep.
That's my hometown, man.
I was talking with a buddy, John, earlier today, and he was saying that people immediately forgot how to drive in the snow, and was giving them trouble over in Des Peres.
Well, tell me about on your way here to the studio, because didn't you have a crash you had to get around?
Yeah, it was actually on the bridge from Illinois into Missouri. Traffic came to a dead halt for a little bit. We were crawling, I guess, a little bit for the most of the time. Then I start seeing a couple police cars go the opposite direction. They had to come across into Illinois, get off at the first exit, turn around, and then come back. And then came an Illinois State Trooper, and then a ambulance, and then 2 fire trucks. And it was I mean, somebody's obviously having a really bad day, but it looked like there was a truck and a SUV that had some sort of collision on the icy bridge. So there's a good chance I may be crashing over here tonight, David.
And that's fine. You're welcome.
Okay.
What do we got?
Tiny pieces. So, what's the best way? What's the best way? Do I flip the page back and just kind of go half sheet by half sheet, or?
I think you know what I would do, David. I would do whatever makes you most comfortable. I like where your pieces are.
Can you see them? Okay.
Yeah, we can see them just fine.
Okay. So I'll build right here. Right.
That's perfect. So you just put the book however you want.
Okay.
And you don't have to worry about the viewer at home. How they can see the book. They don't care about the book. They just want to see you build the Legos.
Well, the book is really impressive. They should be very enthralled by it.
I know. It's a damn publication. It's great.
Can you imagine being the technical writer for Lego and having to write all these things out?
No, I can't. I dreamt of that when I was a kid.
Really?
Oh my God, that'd be great.
To me, that'd be boring because you're just sitting there at a computer all day. So, okay, first accomplishment, first milestone. I built a little pilot here, so this is kind of cool. First Order logo, nice and shining on his forehead, which is kind of cool. Got a little blaster. Got the little pens in the pocket. What are, David, in Star Wars when they've got their Imperial vest and they've got the metal canisters that kind of slip into little pockets on there? What are those?
I think it depends on the trooper.
Are they
you talking about the First Order guys?
Well, any of them, because you see them in the Imperials, and then you see them flip the box up, other side. You can see other side, the side facing me. You can see.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can see on his chest they've got it's almost like little pens that are clipped into little.
In the pocket?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what allows in like Imperial facilities. That's what allows people to open doors. So if you watch,
it's like their security clearance
right?
card.
So if you watch Star Wars Rebels, which I know you have,
Yep.
there's a couple scene. There's a scene where they sneak into Thrawn's office and they steal those like pen looking things.
Okay.
That's what's going on there. Underground STL wants to know the biggest Lego set you have ever built.
Mine will seem to be this one.
Okay.
And then before that, probably Director Krennic's shuttle.
Okay.
What about you,
Krennic
Dave?
shuttle is so nice.
Do you regret not buying that shuttle?
I think that regret is a word that sometimes people use too often, but I would say that if I am disappointed in my decision making not to buy the Lego set, I would say I regret. I feel bad about my decision making, but it's really okay.
So do you want to make a prediction now how many times I'm going to screw this up and have to peel apart Legos to figure out where I went wrong?
I mean, I think you just take your time, and it'll be good. I think we're all standing by, as the top left corner of your screen indicates. We had Jordan over. Jordan is a buddy of mine that I work with, and I think it's safe to say that he's a friend of David's now, too, just because of how he's immersed himself so much in the show. We just needed somebody to hit next for the live show so that we could finally go live. And then he's like, well, let's put in all these new microphones and let's do this. And, oh, hey, I have a second camera. Let's try and, make this a little bit nicer. Cool. And it really just elevates the channel.
To me, it's nice that there's somebody who can reposition us and change the lighting around and make us look good, because that's a challenge. So, ho, David, page 8.
Oh, man, we're cooking. This is great.
We're trucking. And right now we have this. Who knows what it's going to be? Probably part of the ship, I'd presume. The whole thing is the ship.
Can you hold that up one more time, David?
Yeah.
I want to make sure. Yeah, right there. Gold. So, David, just so you know, it's the camera on the right.
Right.
That is your close-up. And I have those monitors flipped around for you. Oh, I'm loving this setup. This is so cool. And on top of that, you get my J. Scott Campbell Star Wars #1 2015 slabbed at a 9.8. You get that in the left side of your screen. That makes me happy. I freaking love that comic book so much that I had it immortalized in the plastic slab from CGC.
Which one?
The one right there to your right.
Where am I supposed to be looking?
I don't know. It's there to the right. It's right by the Making Star Wars book. Second shelf.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Back there. Okay.
Oh, don't touch it.
I didn't touch it.
You're fine.
It was too far away.
Okay, so Sam's like, hey, should there be a Hall of Fame of Lego Star Wars builds? Yeah, and I would think that there would be a hall in the Hall of Fame just dedicated to this guy called AC Penn.
Okay.
If you ever Google this guy, he has done some incredible dioramas. He has an incredible battle in Naboo with a lot of Gungans and droids. He's got an attack on the Jedi Temple that is just ridiculous. And this is a guy I've known about since 2006. I mean, I remember being in middle school, seeing this guy post. Oh shoot, what was that website? It was it might have been btbd.net. We might have taken its initials. I don't think we did that intentionally. It was Beyond the Brick or something. Anyways, he would post on there all the time about his new mocks, and they're just extreme. There's also a guy on YouTube. His name's Jalen, Rich Boy J. He just is working on a Vardos mock. So Vardos is the planet that we encounter in Battlefront 2 in the campaign. That's where a lot of the missions take place. Okay, so he built the Imperial shuttle that they're all flying around in, which is a third of a Star Destroyer. It's huge. Anyway, he built that thing, and it's stunning, UCS grade. And then he's built this massive Vardos. I mean, I don't know how many boards it is, but he's taken several gray boards, built out this city, has several buildings on it, a lot of detail, a lot of scenes from the campaign he's captured with the minifigs. It's pretty cool. So I put that in there.
If anybody's down in the greater St. Louis area, Our Lady of the Snows, just over the river in Illinois, kind of the Belleville area, they always do really cool Lego displays. A buddy of mine helps put those together.
They also have a great pasta bar.
Right now they've got a great Star Wars Lego display, and it's even got the $800 Millennium Falcon UCS.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this thing is bigger than this table. It is really cool.
I should not have shoved all that food in my mouth. I apologize.
Not all at once. Well, take your time. We're not going anywhere for a while. We're on page 10. Finally made it to double digits.
Discovery Bay Comics says the holsters there on the trooper that you were talking about earlier are cigar holders.
Cigar holders? See, that's what I always thought as a kid. And it kind of reminded me of, like, the movie Independence Day, when Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman go up into space, and Will Smith gives... no, it was Will Smith and... who did go to space? Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
They went to space. And Will Smith pulls out the cigars, and they're the kind of... Yeah, I can see that. Cigar holder.
I'll go with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Underground St. Louis, my good buddy Sam, says we should do a diorama. A Lego diorama.
That'd be kind of cool.
That is a call to action, if I've ever read one before. The hard thing is, like, choosing one, and then you don't want to pick one that a lot of people have attempted. Like, I wouldn't want to do a Battle of Hoth, right? Because everyone tries to do Hoth. If you went on Google right now, or better yet, you're on YouTube, hit Control-T, go to youtube.com, and just type in Battle of Hoth Lego diorama.
And there's a lot of them?
They're ridiculous. I mean, you're talking about people who pour in the money. You're talking about 30,000 piece dioramas.
Holy cow.
You're talking about 50,000 piece dioramas. There's one that exceeds that. And you're talking about guys that, and I say guys, I mean, you know, men and women. These are collectors. You know, they're not just using Lego sets. You know, like I have a Lego AT-AT kind of above David's head to the right. That's kind of off screen. These guys are building mock AT-ATs, quadruple the number of pieces, and they have, you know, 4, 6 AT-STs spattered all around. I mean, the detail is just ridiculous. You know, you go on YouTube, you'll find people talking about, you know, different ways to do terrain. And it's just like, you know, it is exactly what Sam just said. Lego is definitely an underrated art because it's in a way it's a form of sculpting, you know.
So far I've got this like big flat piece, probably going to be part of the center of the ship, I'd presume. And now it's just having me build this little kind of wing-looking thing, but it's probably not actually a wing because I presume the ship's going to be quite a bit bigger. It's going to have me connect it all together here. Well, that's not very stable at all. They're going to have to do something to fix that, stabilize that. So here's what we got so far. Oh, I'll hold it down a little bit so you can see. There we go. Kind of neat.
And definitely feel, David, like finish the bag, like the one bags, and then present. Don't feel like you have to keep.
Well, I don't know. I think it's really cool how it's all fitting together.
Well, I mean, and obviously, if that's allowing you to enjoy it, but I don't want it to feel like a hassle.
I'm enjoying myself.
Do you need another drink here, Pookie?
No, although maybe a little bit soon. This is very raspberry flavored.
Some background here. David and I have been friends for 15 years.
Mm-hmm. That's 2019, so 16.
Oh, well, happy 16th.
Yeah.
And the only person that I've been friends with longer than you is Sam, who's in the chat.
Oh, hi, Sam.
Well, we played wiffle ball when I was like
Sam
3.
The one that we met at the fish fry?
Yeah.
Fish fry?
Yeah.
I know who Sam is.
Yeah, I know you know who Sam is. That's why I said Sam, and I just kept referring to him as Underground.
Oh. Well, I know who Sam is.
I guess Sam really made an impression.
He did.
Sam's like grilling burgers right now, so I think he doesn't.
In
he
the
doesn't
middle
mind.
of the snow?
Yeah, in the middle. That sounds like something he would do.
I dig it.
I just magically appear in the shot to move your camera.
17, 18, 19.
All right. Doing pretty good. All right, we'll do this. Definitely want to thank John Boffman, S. Weber, our 2 Patreon supporters. I just saw them go across the crawl on the screen. So I just want to shout them out because they're our Patreon supporters. Appreciate them. And so if we were to do a wager, David, just like how much time do you think this is going to take you?
Oh.
That's not confident at all. Oh. Like, what do you think? Like,
I don't know.
Like 12 hours?
No, I don't think it'll take 12 hours. Maybe 5 or 6. I mean, like, I built Legos, but I've never built anything to this scale. And then there comes a question of endurance. You know, how long can I go? And the other question is, am I going to get trapped here overnight? Because then we may just need to stay up and build the entire thing this evening.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
I find the older I get, the more I like staying at home to sleep, because I'm paying for a apartment.
Man, when you talk about going to sleep, you're putting me to sleep on here, let me tell you.
Am I?
No, I'm just teasing. I think you're great. Doing a great job. I get what you're saying, though. But I mean, like, if I were you, I would just accept the fact now. You're here. And that's okay. It could be worse, you know. So you guys, we have 5 watching live right now. You're watching live right now. Go and say hi in the chat. Be sure you do that. Getting tripped over my words. If you can let us know, what do you think about the second shot? What do you think about us trying to incorporate that second shot on one of our live shows? I think there's a lot of potential there. You know, instead of seeing all 3 of us at one time, the entire show, we could do a close-up on David's face. Do a close-up on my face. Huh?
You, like, flip a coin each week and see who gets the close-up?
Well, I think if we were to do that, we would invest and get 3 more cameras, so that way we could all have our solo
3 more
shot.
cameras?
Well, you know, we apparently have a backer here that we didn't anticipate. So
sounds to me like we need a couple more Patreon subscribers.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it.
Or some more pins.
Yeah, but this isn't a recruiting event. I will tell you, though, you should go to beyondtheblastdoors.com right now because we do have our exclusive show pins on there. We're trying to sell out of these so that way we can start our second wave. If that goes well, we're going to introduce 2. How you doing?
That's because I didn't do this piece right. No, I did do that piece right. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. See, there we go. My first mistake.
What do you do wrong already?
I put a piece down before I should have put a different piece. So I put down, I've got this kind of base-looking thing going on here.
Right.
And I put this big piece all the way up at the top, but I'm supposed to put a thin piece there, and then I put the big piece. So that's okay. Didn't get too far. Oh, but I need it on that side, too. Okay.
Just bend down under the camera. You'll be fine. We're having a great time. Hey, David, do you need another drink? Beer, drink, vodka.
I mean, it's some malt beverage thing. Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay.
Do you have one of the blue ones?
Yeah, I'll get you a blue one.
It tastes like coconut and pineapple and delicious.
Yes, princess.
Okay, and then I got one of these.
I'm going to get you a drink here in a second.
I got one of these. One of these.
All right. This is great. Having a great time with everybody hanging out in the live chat. Oh, no, man. It's a better shot for building. Go, go, go. Oh, yeah. So Ireland Summoner is with me. I wish I could say your name, but we know him more as Steven. Good guy. He tends to make things for our show sometimes. Graphics. Redesign our logo.
Redesign?
Well, Jordan Dennis, Jordan Dees,
Yep.
our friend, our brother from college, she created the original Beyond the Blast Doors logo, and then Steven did an update, so did a 2.0 on it. And the day that Steven was printing it out, or he was doing something with the logo, I think he actually works with Jordan. And so like she looked down and like saw the logo and was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I made that logo." And Steven's like, "Yep." Just leaves. I feel feel so bad for putting him in that position, but at the same time, it does give me it's just like a reminder of how small this world is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got a little stability, and here's what I'm kind of looking at. Looks like a little platform, probably the center of the ship. A little asymmetrical. We got a flat thing here, a little doodad flat thing there, a little pointy up thing there. Are there technical names, David, for the different Lego pieces?
So it goes based on dimensions, right? So right now in your hand, hold that camera, hold a random piece up to the camera, like a piece. Okay, so that's a 4 by, what is that, across? 10, 12?
Something like that.
Okay, so there you go.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. 4 by 12. I mean, I think like everybody, like the Lego community has, I think, their inside terminology, and that's not a slam. I just think that they've created that. I would call things wrong, I'm sure.
I mean, I kind of like making up names for them, like
Doohickeys?
Yeah, doohickeys.
Oh, man. Hey, Daniel's Hot Topic joins us in the live chat. Daniel's Hot Topic, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, be sure you hit that thumbs up button. We love those thumbs ups. Those thumbs ups.
Daniels was in the chat on Sunday when we were doing our show. Okay. I just used my tan piece. It's the only tan piece in these 2 bags.
So Steven's in the chat, and he's like saying how he likes the second shot. It's great for the build because he's, you get to see your progress up close. And so I asked him, I'm like, hey, would you like build Legos with us? And then I remembered that he's a dad. So I'm like, would you buy your daughter like Legos? Like, would you buy and build your daughter Legos? Because the conversation quickly went from hanging out with us. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure you need to be a responsible parent.
We've never gotten everybody involved in our show together, have we?
No, we're kind of like, we're all in the same region. That's something.
We should have a barbecue.
We should have a barbecue. Maybe we can get Sam with Underground STL. Also on Going Dutch Radio Network, Monday Mayhem Show. They do a show on Facebook, YouTube. I think they're on Twitch as well, but it's every Monday night, 8 p.m. I think Central Time. But maybe Sam could grill us burgers for the Beyond the Blast Doors team luncheon. We'll have to have the inaugural. And then what do you call year 2? Because it's not annual at that point. It's just like the second Beyond the Blast Doors.
Second annual.
No, you can't, because annual starts after 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Right. See? You wouldn't call it like a biaugural. That's not even a word.
It is not a word.
I have a son. Oh, shoot. Steven, you totally have a son. Why did I think you have a daughter? I think that's a brain fart. He says Legos are a slippery slope. Well, it's only slippery when wet. But I will tell you that Legos are a great investment for your child's future. Let me tell you why. Because the hand-eye coordination improves, right? Their IQ. You're engaging them mentally, and you're allowing that imagination to just roar. And you being a creative guy yourself, you need to make sure the youngster has a creative mind too, or else you won't get along. That's what terrifies me about children. What if they hate you?
I hope your children one day are as much of a pain in the ass as you are.
Well, I've heard my mother tell me the same thing. Steven's like, make it stop. 5 watching right now. It's Friday night. Beyond the Blast Doors is what you're watching right now. Thank you so much for joining us. It means so much. If you haven't already, be sure you give this video a thumbs up. We're going to go for a couple of hours. We've made promises to play Monopoly after this, but if we get snowed in, there's a good chance we fire this thing back open and we go round 2 and get the Star Destroyer done. Looks like David's working on the rear right now. I was hoping that would make you crack.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. That's like a 2-in-1. That was great.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we get it.
I don't know why Daniel retracted his last comment, but let's see what we got going on here. Daniel's Hot Topic says, so as I said the last time, just in case you didn't see it, if I was in charge of Star Wars canon, I would have the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Shadows of the Empire, all canon. Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people would be right there with you. And I would just add, as far as like, I mean, I get like the games, but I would also bring in James Lucino's Darth Plagueis book. I would bring in Dark Lord Rise of Vader novel. I'd bring in the Kenobi novel. But I was making this point the other day, and I can't remember where, David, but I know I was talking to somebody, and I was like just trying to make the argument like when Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012, and they make the decision, which is a smart decision if it's them, to restart the canon because they want to make all new stories. They want to pick and choose. They want to have more structure maybe to that universe from a storytelling perspective. But it's also a business decision, right? They want to sell new books. I think they should have had core books that already existed and let those be like the pillars and then build around them. Because like Plagueis' novel, for example, they could have kept and re-released that. They could have kept a few others instead of like bringing like Hair to the Jedi or whatever that first one was.
Hair to the Jedi?
Hair to the Jedi. It's a Luke's got
air. Not hair.
Oh, did I say hair?
You did say hair.
Oh, it's air, yeah.
Not like his flowing locks of the Jedi.
Well, Luke has flowing locks of hair. Anyways, do you guys have any Star Wars Monopoly? I can't find that anywhere. Do you have Star Wars Monopoly, don't you, David?
I may have a Star Wars Monopoly.
I'm like pretty sure you do.
I'm pretty sure it's Star Wars. I got Pokemon, I've got Star Wars, I think I've got Lord of the Rings, and then I think I've got a regular.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my mother used to collect Monopolies, and she had a whole lot. I don't know if she still has them or not, though. I'm trying to think. When I was in middle school, I read one EU novel, and it was... I don't remember the name or who wrote it, but it was like The Glove of Darth Vader, The Hand of Darth Vader, or something like that.
The Gauntlet?
I don't know, but like I vaguely remember the plot was something where like the glove is what made Vader evil, and so if you wear the glove of Vader, you turn evil too. And okay, yeah, flip this around. Is that the Doug theme song?
Heck yeah, it is. But it's not just any theme. It's like the original Doug song. I get mad sometimes because people talk about like Doug, but they're talking about the Disney Doug, and I hate that so much.
You're an original Nickelodeon type?
I mean, yeah. What, are you not?
I remember watching Doug, but I remember enjoying Doug, but I don't remember wanting to go out of my way to watch Doug.
Oh, I just figured something out, and it's super cool.
What'd you figure out?
So I was trying to get the live streaming function to be on the screen. See, so like I mentioned, for those of you just joining us on the live stream, we're toying with a few things tonight. And so one of those things is just certain features. So like we have like the live streaming icon now on our screen, which is kind of nice. Just reminding people that when they, come into the live chat, that they know that they are watching that live stream. Of course, the red button by the title indicates that we're live. And looking at this, okay, so the destroyer, at least the base of, would you call this the hull of the ship?
Maybe.
I'm not a ship person. Like I'm a spaceship guy, but I'm not a boating guy. I was trying to use boating terminology. You have like the hull, and you have the rear, and you have the point.
See, here's where it starts to get confusing for me because, and let's see if we can show this here. So, like, it'll show me the pieces up here. Nope, over on this side.
Yeah.
That I'm supposed to put down.
Right.
And then it doesn't show me, like, arrows of where they go. And the entire surface is black. So it's like trying to figure out what parts of gray I'm supposed to be covering. This is where I normally screw up in Lego building.
What's fascinating to me is the recommended age on the box is 9 to 14.
Really?
And you're twice that age.
Thank you. More than.
Now, see, I didn't say anything about the more than. That was your decision.
Yep.
I got to say, it is really fun to see the progress that you're making on the set. Steven says, Do we know if Marvel has seen a revenue bump with the Star Wars content?
If Marvel has? Like Marvel Comics?
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know specific numbers, but I know that, like Charles Soule Vader comic, for example.
Well, you and I each bought that set, so there's what are they? $3, $4, $4 a pop, 25 issues. There's $100 they wrangled out of me for that.
Yeah, but I think Charles Soule Vader run was one of the most bought Star Wars comics in like the history of Star Wars comics.
It should be. It was absolutely worth it.
But you know what? Because like the first issue had, I think, I want to say 3 printings. I could be wrong, but I don't think we saw that as the line continued. I think Marvel's in a real struggle right now because they're getting this reputation for like the pages aren't that durable in the comics. The paint smears, like the ink smears, you know? Oh. And so like it's not as high quality a book as opposed to like DC counterpart or like any Image comic. All those, I mean, those are like the best comic to hold. Steven says that Ed, Ed, and Eddie has the best sound design. That might be true, but I'm going to be honest. When I was in high school watching that show, I was not paying attention to the sound design. So now I want to go back and like listen to it. Yeah.
I did enjoy Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Okay. So here is bag 1, both the big bag and the small little bag labeled 1. It's obviously the base of the ship, which is kind of neat looking. Let me see here, make sure I can get it in the screen. There's a nice little color here. There's a little bit of tan, some red. I definitely like the different shades of gray and black, but that's one of the things I really like about the Imperial ships is that they're all like big and ominous and like, you know, they don't care about flair and design. They're just there to ruin your day. And that takes us to bag number 2. And to kind of show you, I guess I can't really show you because it's kind of glary and it's not very close up. But it looks like I'm now going to start building some sort of rim around the outside. So part of the frame as we start building up. Oh, thank you. Do you want to take this one? Yeah. Because I'm running out of space on the chair that's right next to me. Didn't we used to have a little Lego Sakura Jedi?
Yeah.
Where'd she go?
Oh, we'll figure that out. She's somewhere. She might be over here.
If you go back to some of our earlier episodes, we kind of played a little game of, you know, where is she? And we'd kind of hide her around different places. Just kind of have her hang out. There we go. Just hanging out with little Imperial. Kind of fun. Okay. If I don't sort the pieces, I'm going to get them lost. Or it's just going to take me forever. Okay, I think that's close enough. Hope that crinkling isn't too loud. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm going to have this guy back front and center here. Maybe I'm going to have to sort a little more. Okay, black.
I don't know about anybody at home, but while I was using the bathroom, hearing David hum was very soothing to me.
Was it?
Yeah. I also found out the calzones have black olives in them.
Yes. All meat ones would not have a black olive in it, you know.
Okay. So sorry. Oh, we got some new folks in the chat. We got Genome Presents.
Hi there.
We got Tater Totomi. Did I say that right?
It's kind of a fun name.
It's pretty cool.
Tater like potato? Tater?
I don't know. I might have done it wrong. Oh, Steven says we all need BTBD boozies. Koozies?
Koozies?
I don't know. Yeah, hide those logos. We're not endorsing anybody. We're not sponsored. 8 people watching right now. Thank you for spending part of your Friday night with us beyond the blast doors. In case this is your first time checking us out, If it is, be sure you hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well. Don't forget to ring the bell because that allows you to be the first person to know when we drop new videos, which we drop daily videos. We also do live streams. We've done Lego live streams. We've done comic book live streams.
Are we dropping daily videos now?
Yeah, we've been dropping daily videos for 2 months.
Oh, I don't watch this.
Yeah, you're just the face, huh? You're just on the show, huh? You're such a whore. No, we're having a really good time. Okay, so can you? So Tater Totomi, can you please, like, phonetically, please explain me your name, and how did you come up with it? This reminds me of when I had AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. Let's date me for a little bit, and my username was number1 stunna 123 stunna STUNNA.
Why STUNNA?
I wanted to be number 1 stud, but it was already taken. So my friend David Kelsheimer was like, you should be number 1 stunna. But when you looked at it at like the right angle, it looked like numb ass tuna.
That's funny.
And for some reason, that's just like my first memory with David. So there you go. Tater tot at me. Oh, well, that makes like a lot more sense.
So
Ah.
like, throw your tater tot at me.
Also, we can't say that Uzi's word that starts with the C because apparently that's trademarked.
Really?
So we're just not going to show the label of anything we consume.
So we can't say Kleenex or Ace Bandage
Oh my
or
God.
Band-Aid.
You're ticking me off.
Am I?
You're really pushing the buttons here.
So when I grab my beverage, I should make sure that the label is conveniently not turned towards the camera.
So Tater Tot at me says, did I get that right? Tater Tot at me? Yeah, Tater Tot is always... All right, there we go. So he wants to know about what our thoughts on our Battlefront 2. So do you want me to start or you want to start?
I mean, my thoughts are going to be very brief, I liked it. I played it like a year and a half ago when it came out and played the story mode and thoroughly enjoyed that. And then I've played, I don't know, maybe a handful of games since then, but nothing really notable. And that's about the end of my thoughts. I don't have a game system that can play it, which kind of hurts me from actually playing it.
I think what that game did so well was it gave players and fans a storyline that they wanted, like, almost desperately with the first game. Like, I remember when the first, like, not the original Battlefront, but Battlefront 1 2015, people were furious. There was no campaign. It was just online play.
I mean, they definitely gave me more of what I would have wanted out of that game. So for that, I'm grateful. And the story was phenomenal. The voice acting was magnificent.
I'm pretty sure I just took a bite, like, right into the microphone. That had to sound terrible. Like I said earlier, we're trying to keep it really casual. David got this Lego set for Christmas from his mom, and then a buddy of yours gave you the Y-Wing, right? The Rogue One.
Yep, buddy Josh. That'll be the next one I'll do.
It comes with Admiral Raddus of the Republic Alliance.
Look, now it's got a little wavy thing on it.
Yeah, now it looks like a triangle.
Kind of like waving hello. Hi.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I went there.
It's fine. Anyway, we just wanted to hang out, and so we were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do a live stream.
It's a great night to do it because it's all snowy.
Yeah, we're going to get like 6 to 12 inches of snow here in the Midwest. Jordan, who came over, who's, I don't know, what do we call him now? Like, he's our technical director. He's our director.
You're the media guy. Do we call him a director? Do we call him a producer? Do we call him...
Well, I technically am the producer. He's the director. And he helped hook up a second camera today. So we have the second shot. And we have the wide shot. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this because I think it'll be fun. But we'll change cameras here in a second. I just want to show off what we're trying to do here because I want those who just support our channel to know that we're always trying to make improvements. I want to be able to show our Patreon supporters that we're constantly trying to improve the product. So, you have John Boffman, his wife Penny. We have S. Weber, who's also a Patreon supporter of Beyond the Blast Doors.
I wonder what the Boffmans are doing tonight. I bet if we text them, they'd probably get on and watch us. Did I show you that Penny's been Snapchatting out when they're watching us on their like living room television.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him on Twitter in a second, but I want to make sure that we answer Genome's question real quick.
Which is
it's Tater Tots, but Genome's chiming in here too now. But just talking about Battlefront 2, I don't think we're gonna get a Battlefront 3 game. There's a rumor that. Do you guys think that Battlefront 3 will come out this year or 2020? I don't think you're getting a Battlefront 3 for a while, Daniel's Hot Topics. I think you're going to get a lot of more downloadable DLC gameplay. I really am surprised, and I just said this last week on the show, in case you didn't know, 10 a.m. Central, Sunday mornings. Probably going to move that officially to noon here soon, but 10 a.m. for right now. This past week's show, I mentioned how I was surprised that they didn't have like another short campaign edition. Because we got the initial campaign, then we got a little bit more.
See, I'm wondering if EA Games is kind of in hot water with Disney after all of the bad PR, November of 17 through the spring of 2018 with the, partial, they weren't releasing everything at once, so people said it was a half game. Then there were the loot crates that you could buy. That actually give you better weapons and not just cosmetic stuff. So a lot of people were saying that people were buying their way to the game, which wasn't unfair to...
I think it was the loot boxes, pay-per-play stuff. Oh, Tater Tot's saying... Yeah, he's saying the loot boxes stuff is probably what killed the franchise.
So... But my other question, too, is, if they've got the engine built and games are now moving towards downloadable content versus you need to have that disc to play it, they don't necessarily need to come out with a Battlefront 3. They just need to come out with more content for Battlefront 2. So maybe more campaigns, different maps, retire old ones.
I think that's totally fair. Tater Tot has an interesting observation. He says it was only a 5-hour campaign. Maybe for you. But for us, it took us 11 or 12 hours, didn't it?
Well, because we played it twice, but you also weren't very good at it.
No, I don't know why you had to throw me under the bus like that. That wasn't necessary.
No, I think it took us a while. I don't think it took us quite that long to get through it, but it did take us a while. I think because we were also watching Star Wars on the television next to it.
Weren't we just binge watching the original trilogy? Weren't we getting ready for The Last Jedi and we watched all of them?
Yeah, so one of the things that my coworker David and my former boss Todd and I would do every time a new Star Wars movie would come out is we would sit there at my boss's house, nice house, and we would watch all of the movies in chronological order. So not release date, but plot line order, which of course over the last couple of years has grown an extra 2 hours longer every time we do that. So I think you joined us on day 2. I think we tried to do 4 of them on the first day. I think we got through Rogue One. This is before Solo came out. And then on day 2 we did the original trilogy. And then on day 3 we did... I don't remember how we did it, but we got through them all. And then we got basically done in time to go straight to the movie theater and be done with that. What am I supposed to do? Okay, so I got
those were the days, man.
Mm-hmm. What were last year? 2 years ago?
Isn't it weird, though, that Last Jedi's already been out for a year? It feels like we've been dealing with people complaining about that movie for ages.
Mm-hmm. You're one of them. Has your feelings on that movie softened as time has gone by? Because they kind of did an interesting dip. You were super excited, and then you just kind of tanked on it. But then the last couple times I've heard you talk about it, it's been a lot more kind.
Well, I'm trying to think of how to say this. I don't want to say it depends on the day, but sometimes it really just depends on the day. There are times where I will go and watch that movie, and I will find things that I really enjoy. But the problem is the things that bother me, they're always going to bother me. And, I say this, though. Hey, you dig the movie, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you enjoy it. I'm so glad that it's a fun adventure for you. Because, that's what I got with... so many of us got that with A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I love the prequels. People bash the prequels for a few reasons. But I can give you probably twice as many reasons why they're so great. the world building, the expansion of the Jedi, and our understanding of the Force. People are going to get at me because that includes midichlorians. I just ignore that. You know, I think you have canon, but then I think we have head canon. And that's what fans debate, right? Like, we want to debate our head canon. That's our opinion. What works, what doesn't. That's just me thinking. But, you know, it just depends. Because it's like, man, I really don't like the first third of that movie. But I freaking love, I mean, I just wish we could have gotten that Luke at the very end of the movie. I wish we could have gotten to know that Luke a little bit more. Because my whole problem with this is the way they're setting it up is they can, of course, go back and they can fill in the blanks in between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens with Luke. But it's not going to be Mark Hamill. And I've made this point before. How many franchises get the chance 40 years later
to use the same
actors and actresses? Mm-hmm. So that's just me. Not,
oops, sorry.
You know, never going to attack somebody or tell someone that they're wrong for what they think, because I think that's the beauty of Star Wars. Is like we all get our opinion. But, you know, it's just not the movie for me. And I've said this before, too. It makes me like The Force Awakens a lot more because of the hope that exists there at the end. You know, there's so much hope there at the moment. You found Luke Skywalker. What's next? No. He throws his lightsaber carelessly over his shoulder. I'm not bitter. Let's see what's going on. I got to get caught up on the live chat. I really do like this format. And I hope everyone's okay with me being off camera. I really feel like this is about David building his Legos, but I just wanted to hang out.
Which I appreciate because, like, I get focused on things and then I wouldn't be talking to people or checking the live chat.
Well, and usually, David, you're the one that watches the live chat during the live show, in all fairness. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm just trying to make sure we share. If anyone wants to share this video, that'd be awesome. The live stream, just get more people in the chat.
Do you still have the Star Wars trivia game?
I do. We need to do that, but I wonder if there's a way to like make that actually like more engaging. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if we run out of things to talk about tonight, we can just crack that out.
We could potentially do that, but I don't think that's going to be an issue on this live chat. It's kind of bumping.
Okay.
The people are talking. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Steven says the intent to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. Yeah, I get that. And if you go on Instagram right now, if you go on Snapchat, people playing the game are unlocking that clone, the General Kenobi skin,
which is awesome.
Which is my favorite. There is a Black Series figure coming out in that armor, and that would be a great thing for me to have.
So, David, maybe if you don't know the answer, somebody in the live chat does. When you unlock these characters, like, because I don't have the system to play it, what do they need to do? Is there a challenge that you need to do to beat this? Is it earning a certain amount of credits? Is it having a certain amount of kills? What's the qualification for unlocking some of these different skins?
I think you just got to get, like, kills and stuff. Never gonna give you up.
I need a smaller
never
one
gonna
of these.
give you
Right
down. Genome says he's gonna have to split in a minute. My stream is starting in a few minutes. Wish I could hang out longer. Good show and format, guys. Genome, thank you so much. And we're gonna be going for quite a bit longer. I mean, I'm thinking at least another hour or so. The way he's building, probably maybe more. So, Genome, if you can, come on back and bring everyone from your live stream over. Let's have a real party, and I'll be sure to check out your live stream here in a little bit, and I'll pull you up on my monitor while he builds, and I'll give you guys a listen. I'll be active in your chat.
Is he playing Battlefront?
Genome, no. I don't think he would be. Genome kind of does like a little bit of everything in a way. I don't know, Genome. What's the best way to describe your channel? You know, you play video games online. But you also talk comic books. So, I don't know. I'll let Genome, talk about himself. Okay, so I'm trying to make my way through these comments. Everyone is so great in live chat right now. Six watching live. I think we had a peak of like 10 or 11, so that's always exciting. And we just ask that you please hit that share button right now. Invite all your friends all your contacts on YouTube to watch. If you can share to your Facebook or Twitter, that's a huge help as well. just trying to do more different kinds of Star Wars content in 2019 to really get our reach out there. We want to make our audience as big as possible just to make that Star Wars conversation even more rich. Tater Tot says 40 hours for Vader or $20. Okay, so you gotta. Okay, so
just play hours.
Yeah, so it's hours, or you have to pay the money, which I think I would just play.
You'd play? I might just pay.
Well, like suckers like you. That's how EA is making money off this damn game.
Well, I mean, that's why I haven't given EA my money.
Steven's like, I mean, I guess just spend the $20. That's fine. He says the Last Jedi is trash.
Okay, David, come here and look at this.
Tell me. Tot says
Tell me if I'm wrong here.
What do you mean? What are you doing wrong?
I got a question for you on this one.
Okay.
So these two pieces look like the same color to me.
Right.
But this is the only 8-piecer that I have. And I've got this and I've got this. But this one doesn't fit. Or maybe it does. Shut up, go away. Thank you.
Friends for 16 years. And it ends in about 2 hours.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, cool. So Steven is saying, look at the throne room fight, bad editing, choreography, fight style, just awful. Jar Jar is the key to everything. That's funny. The only good fight was with Rey and Kylo. That's that's a legit take. That's a hot take. That's cool. We got want to borrow a Finn Stormtrooper helmet for the background. Tater Tot, are you offering to send us a Stormtrooper helmet? Because I mean, we won't say no.
Is the Finn one? Is that the one with like the slap of
blood?
Yep.
The ketchup. Yeah.
Ketchup.
Let's see what else we got going on here. It's hours to credit grind. True credits. Doesn't matter if you get first or last. Everyone gets the same credits. Wilco, Variety. I do comics, video games, retro reviews, interviews. Yeah, Genome's great people. Part of that comic book community. Got to find him. I think through... Was it the Great Legends live chat we met? I can't remember, man. I know we've been in a few chats in recent
How is the Great Legend doing?
Great Legend is doing well. You know, the Great Legend, speaking of this, he actually did us a huge solid. Right now on the YouTube channel, yesterday I uploaded a canon deep dive, a Star Wars canon deep dive.
Which might be the best thing that we've ever put out on our channel.
You think that? You feel that?
So. I learned a lot about it.
Wow. Okay, so that makes me feel incredible. You know, a year ago, I was trying to keep up with the comics, and I would, kind of like narrate them and explain what goes on, but I wasn't doing anything new for you. Like, there was no reason to watch those videos. Did something completely different with this. You see guys out there like Star Wars Explained and Star Wars Comics and other channels that, explore facets of the canon. So I did that with the Jango Fett comic that came out yesterday. Great Legend shared it on his account, which is so cool. So when you have a community, when you hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you get this community tab, which you can share photos and videos on. And so to his 4,000, almost 5,000 subscribers, he shared that video. So a lot of people are checking that video out, which is really exciting. I always want more people to check it out and let us know what they think about it. But I'm pretty proud of it because I tell you a very small snippet of what happens in the comic. The whole point of the video is we're getting it. We're seeing how Dooku recruited Jango Fett to be the template for the clone army. Okay, the Grand Army of the Republic. And then I kind of talk about how this kind of differs from what we know with the 2002 Bounty Hunter video game that we had, which I don't think there's much conflict with, but we dive into that. But then it takes me on these other cool conversations, David. Like, I learned about the Lost 20, or I was at least reminded about the Lost 20.
See, I learned about that. See, my complaint is that I never, they talk about Sifo Dyas starting this, ordering this army, but then we don't know anything else about him. And there's, one episode of the Clone Wars that touched on it, but I can't remember what they said in that one.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the Lost Ones. I mentioned that, too, in the video. That's where we have Plo Koon on the mission. He recovers the shuttle that was attacked. And so he finds Sifo Dyas' saber. Was it Silman? Was the assistant that survived at the Pikes captured? Basically, used him for leverage in case Dooku would ever try and betray the Pikes. Anyways, in that episode of Lost Ones, that season 6, Dooku ends up killing him. I don't feel like that's a spoiler because that episode's been out for, 5 years? Mm-hmm. Freaking love the Clone Wars. I'm so excited for the final season. Like, it's going to be so good.
I may have to go do. Is that still on Netflix? I may have to do a rewatch.
I have the Blu-ray collection here that we could start tonight if we wanted to, if we really wanted to, while we played Monopoly. I don't know. Solo is on Netflix, and I watched it the other night in bed, and honestly, I had a really rough day at work. I'm not trying to throw a pity party, but it was a tough day. And I came home, I got in bed, and I put that movie on, and I just thought, you know what, this is okay.
You know what? To me, Solo was a fun space romp. I think I've enjoyed the companion movies in the Disney era probably better than the mainline.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's a hot take. I think, yeah. Well, no, I think I agree. Because Rogue One, by far, is my favorite Disney-era Star Wars movie.
Rogue One, the more I watch it, the higher it gets on my list. How many people in the live chat, David?
Live chat right now, we got 9 people watching live. This is great. Like, I love the conversation that's happening here. Daniel's Hot Topics, guys, did you hear that they will announce a new open-world Star Wars game soon? Yeah. I don't want to say like a buzzkill. We've known about this game for a while. It's just been under development. But I know that Jesse in particular, and I wish he was with us on the live chat. He's at work right now. He won't be available to, like, I think 9:30, 10. Anyways, he has some reservations about this game. It just like a weird time right now for Star Wars video games because of what's going on with EA. And I know that this is a different company that's doing this game, but I don't remember. I thought it was supposed to drop in like April or something. I remember talking about it like it was sometime coordinated around Star Wars Celebration, but I need to look that up. And if honestly, Daniel's Hot Topics, if you know the answer, when did the article that you read say that game was going to drop? Because I thought it was sometime mid-2019. But I would think that if it was dropping that soon, we'd hear something now. You know.
Here's a little update, David. If I can tilt this way, maybe it's
Heck yeah,
better
put it
to
a
go.
little bit more to your right. Oh yeah, that looks great.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
solid.
there we go.
Oh my god, it looks like a Star Destroyer already.
So I think it's pretty cool. There is a little panel right in here that's got some stickers on it. Just kind of looks like computer panel, which is pretty cool. And it's starting to take like a hull form, like the ship's hull. So that's kind of cool. I guess I get to do the other side of it now and kind of mimic it. David, am I gonna have room in my apartment for this in my apartment?
I mean, honest to God, if you left it here as like a centerpiece for the set, I wouldn't be offended about it. But I feel like you should be able to enjoy your Star Destroyer at home. Like if you were to let's say hypothetically we busted out this build tonight.
Okay.
That is a very ambitious goal to
Well,
set.
I'm on bag like 2 of 10 right now, so that we're on page 39 out of 200 and 280. No, 253.
Okay, but hear me out. I mean, like you could honestly, so we could leave it here on the table for Sunday. You can explain to everybody.
Oh, I'm not taking this home with me tomorrow. There's no way that I'm taking this home and like trying to carry it down your stairs in the snow. Like,
no, that'd be terrible.
I'm gonna get like a Rubbermaid container or something from home to bring this in.
And then David has the Y-wing that we mentioned earlier. He's gonna have the Y-wing to build after this. So we're probably looking at 2 videos, maybe even 3 with the Destroyer. We have no idea. But you can do like updates on the shows. And then on the shows, we can be encouraging folks to watch the live streams. And I hope everybody watching right now would do the same thing that they would encourage folks to, watch the live stream. All right, let's go. Oh, my gosh, the chat just blew up. Holy cow, look at this. All right, so, I still have to assemble it, though.
Oh, does somebody else have Legos in there?
Steven, what are you talking about that you have to assemble? Pop culture promotion? Do you have, like, a blaster or something? I don't know. It seems like Tater Tot and Steven are getting along pretty great. Tater Tot says Solo is great, way better than The Last Jedi. Agree with that. Steven says Garfield the movie is better than The Last Jedi.
Whoa.
That shot's fired.
That is... Whew.
Steven actually goes as far to go pew pew in the chat. That's great. Gotta love that Tale of Two Kitties. Oh, man, we got all these puns. It didn't... Okay, so we're back on the video game topic. Daniel's Hot Topic says it. It didn't say... It just read new open world Star Wars game to be announced somewhere, maybe at Comic-Con or D23. I heard some people say it could be Bounty Hunter 2. Now, Bounty Hunter 2 is not going to happen. Bounty Hunter 2, won't happen, and they're not going to have that 1313 that everybody wanted so bad.
What's 1313?
1313 was that underworld. It was supposed to take place on Coruscant, and there's a lot of people trying to draw connections between that video game and the Mandalorian character that we've seen in that promotion photo.
Okay.
They're thinking that game and some of those elements are heavily influencing that series, which, I mean, I'm not sure because we've heard Jon Favreau say that he's had some of these stories in his mind for years. But I mean, they could still obviously play some kind of influence. 10 people watching live right now on our live stream. Lego Star Wars live build. We have 75190 first order Star Destroyer. If I could talk tonight, that would be great. You know, that's our responsibility is to be able to talk, and I'm not doing it very well. David, could you do me a favor?
Yep.
On the right side of the table, can you be putting the destroyer, at least what you have finished right now?
Over on this side?
Yeah, over on that side. That way we can just kind of keep it in the shot. Because I want everybody, when they're popping on, I want people to know just how well you're doing with this build. I think, one, David is a very methodical builder. I like to open up all the bags and just go to town. Like,
That would take forever to find a piece.
let's play hide and go seek with the Legos. It could be fun. Okay, fun games. Even better, turn off the lights, see where your hands land. Anyways, so good thing the camera is on your hands right now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. I love how you moved it over there. Yeah,
Does that look good?
Yeah, see, now everyone knows exactly where we stand. And you're good with where all those pieces are sorted, right? Yeah, I mean, that's a great setup. I'm so happy. I am so happy with this setup. I mean, I'm not trying to brag about ourselves, but Jordan's work to get the dual camera setup is pretty spectacular.
What's Jordan up to tonight?
Jordan is working.
Oh, poor guy. What a heck of a night to be working, too.
I know. He's probably going to be there late. I mean, they're probably going to have to keep the crew overnight at the station.
Do they have, like, cots or beds or anything there?
There's a couch. There's a couch.
A couch? A single couch?
There's a single couch. I mean, like, I consider myself pretty lucky to be here at home with you right now watching you build Legos
Thanks,
because
Peanut.
it could be a lot worse. For those of you who don't know, I work in television news, like, professionally. You might not be able to tell by the way I talk on the stream because I keep stumbling over myself, but it's been a long week. And I've had syrupy drinks, so my tongue gets tied. Don't show the logo.
I just turned it so it wasn't showing the logo.
I'm going to smack you. We really are having a good time, and we're really glad that you're joining us tonight. Let's see what we got going now in the live chat. Okay, so we have Tater Tot saying, I'm not going to hold my breath for Bounty Hunter 2, I'm thinking. The Darth Maul didn't happen, and that killed me. Rip. Oh, there was a Darth Maul game that was slated? Because that's crazy. I'd play a 10-hour campaign just as Darth Maul. I don't know about you.
I would.
Daniel's Hot Topic says Star Wars 1313 looks so good. So sad it was canned. Yeah, I mean, man, we're talking years ago. That thing was canned. I mean, you're talking about like right around 2012, right? Because it wasn't right around the Disney acquisition.
I don't know.
Pretty sure it was.
I just remember when they announced Force Unleashed for the Wii, and the rumor was that you were going to be able to use the Wiimote as kind of a lightsaber, and my college roommate and I were outrageously excited, and it kept getting delayed, and finally, we had to justify it to ourselves, well, I'd rather it be delayed than get a bad game, and then they finally released it, and it was a great story, but mediocre gameplay, from our opinion at that point.
Tater Tot says it was 2010 when that game got canceled. So, Did you hear that Matt Smith could be a clone of Emperor Palpatine?
I hope not.
I'm not.
But I am glad Matt Smith is in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with a flashback, but I mean, you talked about this before on the show too. It's like how do you have time to do that in 2.5 hours?
We even talked in our last episode about that fan film, which was really cool, but just how we were disappointed that Palpatine. It seems like nobody can get Palpatine. I mean, he's just such a unique character. Jesse was on a tangent about that one for quite some time.
I know. We had to cut some of it out.
Oh, did we?
I mean, we might have. That was the great thing about when we pre-recorded all the episodes. Because when he and I would get on really long tangents.
Which you both do.
Yeah, because you're pretty concise. I mean, that's one thing that you do really well.
Thank you.
I mean, sometimes you come to work with Boy Scout polos on, but that's fine.
You know, I came straight from work, so be happy.
I'm just teasing. But yeah, you could edit out those long rants because at some point, what I'm saying it's just not that important. Sometimes I have hot takes. Underground St. Louis says The Last Jedi was a cinematic abortion.
A cinematic abortion. That's
See, now grammatically, I don't think that's an accurate statement because I think what you're describing is like an abortion that would be cinematic, and I think that's controversial and borderline inappropriate. I don't think there's anything cinematic about that. I don't want to witness that operation. Oh, but you know what is cinematic? Huh. What you're doing right now. Look at that. Oh my gosh, David, how cool is that? You have kind of like the frame attached. Do you have that feeling, that first feeling of like pride and accomplishment with this build yet?
I kind of do. Like, it's starting to come together. Like, we just went down to Austin, Texas, and you didn't join me, so I had a lovely afternoon by myself at the History Museum, and they had a ship that they were reconstructing, a French ship, I believe. And it was really kind of cool because they had like about this much done, and they were starting to build the rest of the side, the hull. So this is kind of like what I feel like. I feel like we're in the shipyards right now. Like, I don't know, where do they build the ships?
There's a lot of different courtyards.
Yeah.
Ordmandel, right?
But I don't know. I think it's really cool. I'm stoked.
I'm proud of you. Look at that.
If this isn't done by Sunday, this is what I may be doing during our show. So we'll just pass the laptop.
I don't know. I don't know if I want. I don't know. I think you need to do a separate live stream.
I don't know if you'll get a choice on that one if we're not done yet.
You think?
I don't know. Like, I'm really excited about this.
You know what I don't know is I don't know where the First Order had their Star Destroyers built. And here's the weird thing, right? So,
okay, let's see, missing something here.
Kuwait was the shipyards that they built the Star Destroyers. Although we also saw parts of if we didn't see Star Destroyers being assembled in Solo, we saw parts being lifted to space.
Yeah.
So I think they were probably built all around. But for First Order Star Destroyers, I have no idea. And the other thing too is that I've always wondered. It's like if the First Order is the remnants of the Empire, how did they have time and the resources to just
build a new
overhaul the entire Navy? Unless there's like a lot less ships than we know about. Because like I think I read somewhere in like the prime of the Empire, I think it was like 20,000 Star Destroyers. Which, I mean, I guess that makes sense if you're in... I mean, that makes space and the galaxy and all that.
Here's the part I don't like. Now I'm missing a piece. I don't much care for that.
Remember when, like, the Imperial-class Star Destroyer was like, wow, that is so big, at the beginning of A New Hope? and then you saw the Executor in Empire.
Okay, David.
Good times.
Come lend me your eyes here.
Oh, dang it. I was just about to read about the Finalizer.
Well, I don't think I've dropped a piece.
Isn't the Finalizer what we're building right now? No. The Finalizer is... isn't that Kylo Ren's Special Star Destroyer? I don't know. I think we're building a Finalizer version type.
Okay, I may have messed up here. Let's see.
Oh, no. We got to find I need to help you find a piece?
I am not finding a piece. I have 3 of the 4 of them.
All right, I'll come over here. Daniel's Hot Topics real quick. Emperor Palpatine is in the Netherrealm now. That's where Sith go when they pass on. See, I think my theory is this, and I could be wrong, but Sith are so focused on like living in reality, like staying alive. I don't think that they pay attention to like living eternally, but maybe they do. I don't know. But that's my take. That's my hot take for the night. It might not be that hot of a take. Steven says, we all going to that Star Wars theme park when it opens. Maybe that's what we need to do. We all need to take a professional sabbatical, and we all go to Galaxy's Edge. You, me, Jesse, Steven.
Did you
Steven,
see that article I sent
Jordan.
you about how Disney's raising the prices on all of their theme parks?
Yeah, it's BS. I mean, that's like a money grab if I've ever...
Okay, lend me your eyes. I'm not seeing a 4th one of these.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay, right now, when you are building Legos or watching Star Wars in the live chat, I want you to tell me, what is your favorite beverage to drink? What is the favorite beverage of your choice when you were assembling Lego sets or watching Star Wars?
When I was a kid?
No, I'm asking the live chat to answer that question.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking them because I think it's funny that you drink Seagrams.
Yep.
So what are we looking for?
I think I've only got 3 of these. Are you saying a 4th one?
Did you use it when you weren't supposed to?
Well, that's the only thing that I've got left. Because these will go...
Didn't you say you dropped a piece earlier?
Nope. I don't think I dropped a piece earlier.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm the best. I'm the best friend ever. Just look at this.
Oh.
I'm going to make sure this is on camera. It was in the bag. We have the piece.
See, teamwork.
Saving the day.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Pookie.
Steven likes to have a brew in the cantina, the Dream. He also likes to drink Tears of The Last Jedi Fanboys.
Tears of the Last Jedi Fanboys. Okay.
And Tater Tot just likes beer. Yeah, trying to get off the beer in 2019.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Italian, and I like...
Yes, you are.
Everything I eat, I overindulge in. And so the carbs just hang on me. Like, I feel like every time I eat macaroni and cheese, like, every noodle you just see on my stomach. So, and that's just how, like, all carbs behave on my body, I think. So
my college roommate won the Christmas gift exchange and got me one of those Ancestry kits.
Right.
And so I have this, like, sinking pit in my stomach that I'm going to come back Italian. And you're just going to come right back at me with every Italian joke I've thrown at you over the last 16 years.
Oh, I've only been counting. But yeah, I'm just trying to do something less carby. So I'm doing like a lot of whiskey. So if anybody's a whiskey drinker, you can suggest any good whiskeys. Because when I don't drink that, I'm usually just drinking iced tea, unsweetened iced tea. Culver's, for example, has really great unsweetened tea.
Culver's does?
Yeah, which it sounds ridiculous, but so Culver's has really good unsweet iced tea. McDonald's has okay unsweet iced tea. I'm just naming fast food joints that have good unsweetened iced tea, I guess.
There was a picture I saw floating around Reddit a few weeks back, and the tag was like, "You know you're in the South when ... And it was like a catering and had 2 pitchers of tea, and one was labeled unsweet and the other was labeled regular. Okay, 2 of those, 1 of these, 4 of these, 2 of you. Do you buy your own ice, or do you buy bags of ice and that's what you use?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you not have like ice trays?
I mean, I don't have a tray right now.
Like, do you need me to go buy you some ice trays so you can be like a normal human being?
I got this ice right here.
Okay, so now it looks like I'm building some of the back wall here, which is kind of cool looking. And then if you flip it around to the back, there's a whole lot of holes in it. So, I mean, they're intentionally there, you know, the ones with the Lego size. So that'll be kind of interesting as I finish off bag number 2 here in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we're building the First Order Star Destroyer, which is pretty cool. Got it for Christmas from my beloved mother. Super excited, super stoked. Oh no. Are you getting your whiskey?
Yep.
Now that's a new one, right?
Yep. I mean, I don't know how much we should really talking about how much I'm drinking right now, but...
Well, that's not... Well, let me see it. That's 2 fingers. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple shots worth.
No.
Steven says, quote, "My new diet is whiskey. I can respect that. Steven, sometimes life hurts." Sometimes it hurts a lot. Tater just tweeted at you for a helmet to borrow. Okay, so I guess I'm like really gullible or like unaware. But Tater Todd, do you know Steven in real life? I feel like if you're offering to let us borrow a helmet for the set, you must know one of us fairly well. And I'm slow on the pickup. Oh my god.
Good.
Oh my gosh. All right, now I feel like confident that I can bust out some show notes now. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Everyone hang out in the live chat. Right now we got 9 people watching us live. So appreciative of it. At one time we had 11 people watching, which is great because that's already increased the largest number of people watching us from our last LEGO live stream. On that live stream, by the way, I built 2 battle packs. I built a clone tank. And what else did I build, David? Wasn't there a 4th vehicle that I built?
No. Didn't you say you built the Luke Skywalker?
Oh, yeah, the Luke Skywalker figure, which actually, you know what? We'll pull that down at some point because I still think they're kind of cool. They're more bionic and Connect than Lego, but they're pretty dope.
If you give me just a second, I'm almost done with this bag, and then I wouldn't mind standing up for a moment to stretch my legs out, and I can grab that and show
Dude.
it off. Huh.
Tater Tots, Steven's brother. I'm an idiot.
Oh.
I knew this. Yeah, what happened to that blaster, Steven? I thought we were supposed to have that like a year ago. All right, so can I have your real name? Because I'm really tired of calling him. I'm tired of calling you Tater Tot. Now I just feel like I keep disrespecting you.
Just call him a little tot.
You call him a little Tot. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Baby
Cool.
tot.
He'll appreciate that too. Yeah. He made us a Han Solo blaster. Oh, we have an update. Update on the Lego set.
So here's how it looks like after bag number 2's done. Kind of cool. We now have kind of a side going. On the inside of it, we've got some little computer panels, which is really neat. There's a little splash of blue, a little splash of red, and a whole lot of gray and black all the way through, which is kind of exciting. It's one of the things I absolutely love about the Empire, the First Order, is just their sleek black gray. You know, everything just looks so nice. Not a whole lot of color to it. So this is bag number 2. I'm going to stand up and stretch for a moment before I get into bag number 3. Right there. But I will reach behind me because we've talked about a few of David's Lego sets here. Here's the Luke Skywalker that he built. Does that look okay, David?
Yeah, I think so. You can just have him stand on the table.
So there's that one.
So and the only reason why I wanted to show this one off, and again, this is what I built last live stream, but I was someone that knocked them on the regular, and they're actually cool figures. I think they're great if you got like a kid of like 5 to 9, maybe 11. These are great. You can actually like this Luke figure you can have it bang around with the Vader one and have them kind of like dual. So that's pretty cool. Did a couple battle packs as well. We are an hour and a half into this live stream, by the way. Thanks so much for everyone taking time to make us part of your Friday night. Like, it means a lot. Like, it is a lot of fun. It's probably a lot more fun for David because he's building. And it's probably a lot more fun for you guys because you're not, like, doing, like, 7 things at once. I hope you guys are just at home with a glass of something, just sipping on it and enjoying life. Okay, so I'm going to, all right, Tater Tot, I'm not going to disrespect you and say your name on air because I don't think you want me to say your name.
I'm going to make some crinkling, David, as a heads up. Make sure I get all the pieces out of it this time.
I really want to punch you in the face right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you helping me find it.
Tater Tot, I am going to put these photos up real quick because I want people to see how great your work is. So this is Ireland's brother. That did I do that right? No, I didn't do that right. All right, so here's this. No, I did that right. Oh man, David, you're so silly.
What'd you do?
Cosplay helmets. I want to show off these helmets that Tater Tot has made because they're really they're insane. if I can pull these up. And then the other trick, too, is pulling them up and then them cooperating. So I'm moving some things around here. Okay, and then we'll get the another one up here. We'll call this one Death Trooper. So basically what Tater Tot is suggesting is, he has made a couple of helmets. Looks like cosplay helmets. That's fair to say, right? And he wants to let us borrow one to put on our set. Which, if I were to hear that, I'd be like, okay, like, yeah, sure. I'm sure you want us to do that. But then, like, he tweeted at me and, like, legitimately has these helmets. And I'm going to put them up. Is it okay if I put them up real quick, David? Are you okay with that?
What?
Can I put these helmets online?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, check this out.
This next little section is going to be pretty boring until it's going to be boring. So you got 4 or 5 minutes until there's something that'll actually look like something again.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. Oh, okay, cool. So he's fine with me saying Taylor. Both Taylor and Steven really like the Lego bag crinkle. But David, please don't overdo it, okay? We are not an what is that stuff? ASMR channel?
What's an ASMR channel?
It's like soothing sounds, but I don't think that's soothing.
Brandon and Ryan were telling me about that down in Texas.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's not that it's weird. It's just like a lot of those sounds I don't find relaxing. Like I'm gonna make a sound in my microphone right now. I'm gonna see if people watching right now find this soothing. Tell me what you think about this. What's that sound like?
It's making me thirsty. People find that relaxing?
Oh, I don't know. It's the sound of me swishing my drink, and it sounds great to me. Ohio Nerd joins us in the live chat. Says, may the force be with you in your build. Thank you so much, Ohio Nerd. Right now we're taking a look at Taylor Garrett's cosplay helmets. He is a brother of one of the guys that is responsible for making our show possible, Steven. And so this is really cool. Taylor has made both of these helmets on your screen right now. We have a Finn Force Awakens Stormtrooper helmet. We have a Rogue One Death Trooper helmet on the right. Now, I have gone out, and I have already asked Taylor if I could just have the Death Trooper helmet to wear around anywhere all the time.
Well, those look really cool.
Like, I will take that Death Trooper helmet, and I will wear that at an airport and hopefully not be taken away by security.
You probably would be taken away by security.
Okay, I'd wear it on the toilet. I would wear it.
Why would you wear it on the toilet?
Everywhere I go.
Don't you want to see what you're doing in there?
I think the vision in a Death Trooper helmet is a lot better than a Stormtrooper helmet, and I'm sure they've made upgrades. That's a Force Awakens. That's a new clone Stormtrooper helmet. I'm sure the vision out of that thing is pretty awesome, dude. I think both of those look really good. Like legitimately, Taylor, like that is such awesome work. And if you would be comfortable allowing us to put that Finn helmet on our set, we'd be more than happy to do that and shout you out. But here's the deal, though, Taylor. Would love to have you do an interview with us to where you can talk about it. Jesse, who's not here, the third guy on our show, big cosplay fan, would love to talk to you about how you made this helmet. Like, it looks really dope. And, Taylor, can you confirm the Death Trooper helmet? Looks like you still need to put some lenses in there. Or are you still painting this helmet right now, it looks like? Oh, they wouldn't let him wear the helmets to the movies. That's a bummer. I mean, that's all security. I get that.
Yep.
I get that. All right, so let's say here, Ohio. I'm so glad Ohio Nerd joined us. This is so great. Always good to see these. So much. It's just fun to see people like bouncing in and out from like the comic book community, the Star Wars community, the Lego community. Like, I love that. Okay, here we go. We got confirmation. Taylor says he's going to come on the show, and he's going to do an interview about his helmets. I think that's really exciting.
That'll be fun.
I think we put Taylor's helmet as a centerpiece. We'll have your destroyer, and then we'll have the helmet. I think we'll have the helmet before you finish your destroyer.
Really?
I think it's a chance. I don't know if it's possible, but Taylor and Steven, it'd be cool to get together. I think this Friday, David and I have an obligation for a volunteer organization in St. Louis Friday night. It would be super fantastic if we could meet up Friday night. And if we couldn't do the interview that night, I think at the least if we could do the exchange and pick up that helmet, I would be more than happy to put you guys on episode 55 of Beyond the Blast Doors. That'd be super cool. Lenses are in, hard to see, just ran down to take the pics. Okay, very cool. Yeah, it's probably the lighting of the photo, dude. I can't tell you enough, Taylor, how impressive that is. That is so cool. And so just for giggles, I'm going to show you this screen. This is what we're trying to build here. And I'm pretty sure it's not the finalizer, but it's that same style. It's that same style destroyer. And now we're going to go back and let's see if I did this right. Oh, look, it's David Gilbert, and it's actually his face. How fun is that? So we got this. This is the main shot. We're playing around with it. We got a switcher today. Or it was last week, but we finally got the cameras hooked up. And it's not exactly what we want. Unfortunately, the screen goes blue for 5 seconds in between each camera shot change.
But it's progress.
It's dang. Oh, my gosh. David, can you believe?
No one can say that we're not trying to improve this show.
Oh, yeah. Can you believe, like, where we came? Like, episode 2 when you joined?
Episode 4, because you did the first couple in your spare bedroom.
Yeah,
if I recall.
That wasn't the best setup. All right, so we're gonna do this real quick. We'll do this. We'll bring it back on here. Oh, see, there's that blue. There we go. Oh, I thought I had done it. I thought I'd give it enough time. But you guys can see kind of like what direction we're trying to take the show in. And, talking to Jordan, so we think we have a workaround. If we use this switcher, I just need to have video spliced in a way that he can always jump to a new VO to bounce around the table. Mm-hmm. But, which I think would be fine. But he kind of thinks that we should just go ahead and spend the money now and get the actual switcher we need. But the idea of having a 5-camera setup.
How much is the actual switcher?
That's debatable. It fluctuates. From like, oh, that's a decent amount of money to like, oh my good God, that's a down payment on a car. Yeah, I know. It makes me sweat. But that's the cool thing is like by mid-February, David, we could have a 5-camera setup. And we're talking with the Fantasy Shop in Maplewood, Missouri, our sponsor of our show. We're talking about doing a live show for May the 4th.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be real cool.
That'd be super cool.
That'd be super cool. Do a live show May the 4th, and then trying to figure out how to do a live show for episode 9. Like that Saturday night.
Oh, the movie night, not our episode.
Yeah, like I don't know if we can pull this off. What I'd like to do is do like a 2 or 3 hour thing beforehand where we do like giveaways, stories, trivia, competition. Do that for a couple hours, and then we go see the movie, and then we come back and we talk about how great the movie is.
That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all in development, but really I think Steven's going to be there for sure. I hope Taylor is there now. I mean, he's going to be like, I think the goal is to convince Taylor to become part of the BTBD crew. Like, I think we're just trying to enlist all these really talented people and pay us nothing. Because we don't make money off this. This is a hobby. I get to do the video editing stuff and the interviewing stuff that I like to do, but it's about like Star Wars, which is pretty positive. And David is like an analytical mind, so he always brings like fact-based conversation to the mix for our Star Wars conversation, which I really appreciate. Jesse's a cosplayer, knows EU. Steven is our graphic designer. Steve Heineman, our animator. We also have Jesse Mancaster now, part of our crew. Steven, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but he helped me bust out that Jango Fett script. We've got like 2 more scripts underway right now. Hopefully going to be able to do something with that tomorrow maybe. But pretty excited. I'm going to be snowed in. I'm going to have to do something. So trying to do 1 or 2 more of those videos. Going to do a video, deep dive, really excited about this, into the Lost 20. And this is, I mentioned this a little while ago. It's a list of 20 Jedi that over the span of the Jedi Order's existence left the Order because they became disenfranchised for whatever reasons.
Masters, not knights, right?
Masters, only masters. And so, which is a good point. I'll mention why I say that in just a minute. So, exploring the Lost 20 and why they would leave the Jedi Order and who's on that list. And so far, all my research shows like Dooku is the only in canon, like Disney canon mention. There was like a Phanis or somebody in the expanded universe, now Star Wars Legends, who ended up becoming like the first who ended up being like the first Dark Lord of the Sith Empire. We're talking like 990 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin. I'm getting real nerdy here. Anyway, so I want to explore the Lost 20 and how they came to be. There's actually a deleted scene from Attack of Clones about it. There's like some mild references in Charles Soule Vader's run about it. So just taking a look at that, like what we know, and then like that's a video that I can come back and update, like as more stuff comes out. Anywho, so I'm doing that one, and there's one more that I'm blanking on. Oh, David,
Huh.
who's responsible for the creation of Order 66?
Palpatine?
Nope.
Really?
A Jedi. A Jedi Master is actually the one that created Order 66. Not necessarily for the way it was implemented, but when I realized that, I lost my mind. Because that was like a deep dive for me. Like, I have heard about this Jedi Master a few times, and I'm like, why has it never been mentioned that he's actually the one that did Order 66 and tried to have that fail-safe? Like, that's crazy. Like, the Jedi literally did create their downfall. It's really ironic. And I always go back to that Palpatine line. It's ironic, you know, because like it's just like it is. You know, the Jedi were responsible for so much of their struggles. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Live chat blown up. Daniel's hot topic: Star Wars 9 leaks. Okay, so this is potential spoiler, everybody, but the title is bleak, dark, and the First Order will have big advantage. Well, I mean, I think that's not really a spoiler though, because like we get like 20 people left of the Resistance by the end of Last Jedi. So, I mean, I don't know how well they could have built up their numbers in a year, because I believe it's been confirmed multiple sources. Episode 9 is a year after The Last Jedi. You
There were, what, about 4 years in between each of the other movies? Between A New
No,
Hope
it all
and
varies.
Empire?
It all varies. So, okay, original trilogy. So you have A New Hope, and then about 3 years later, you have Empire. And then about a year later, you have Return of the Jedi. Then in the prequels, you have Phantom Menace. And then about 10 years later, you have Attack of the Clones. And I think it's 3 years in between Clones and Revenge. Is that right? I might have that wrong.
David, we've hit a milestone here. I'm on page 59, but it's instruction number 100.
I'm proud of you.
So right now I'm building this doohickey. I have no idea what it is, but it has a thing in there that slides around. So this could be kind of interesting. Maybe something I can play with later. And that's step number 100.
David, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So it's snowing in the Midwest. And it's snowing in the Midwest. Everyone always talks about milk and bread sandwiches, but I really think we should change that, you know. Everyone runs to the grocery store to get bread and milk, and they're going to have milk sandwiches.
Milk sandwiches?
I think you really need to go to the store for beer and pretzels.
Beer.
I think that needs to be like the new...
That's kind of like a
the
big
new
German
cliche.
thing.
Yeah.
I would have thought you would have said like ravioli and garlic or something.
Wow, you're a jerk. Keeping it PG.
I like ravioli and garlic. I didn't eat that.
I don't know. Maybe that's like a newsroom joke, but like I always feel like people are like, "Oh no, it's gonna snow. We need to go get bread and milk," because that's what you want to survive on. I don't know.
Well, those are the things that like go bad the quickest.
Taylor, I don't know what you're talking about when you're talking about a Ray Blaster. Was that something that you made for us through, and Steven was supposed to give that to us too, and he hasn't done that yet, or I don't know. Steven says, yeah, that needs some more work. I have the glue. I'm snowed in. Steven, how much snow do you have in your area? Like, I'm scared to ask. Steven really wants us to do the Lost 20 video. He's like, give me some of that. Oh, Taylor. Okay, so Taylor guessed the answer to my question. And Taylor, you're right. Sifo-Dyas is the one that created Order 66. And I will elaborate that more in my video that I'll drop tomorrow. So, really excited. Going to If I can finish that script tonight, that would be exceptional. Let me go on the drive right now, actually, and see if I can find... I've done absolutely nothing for episode 54 yet, except for the comic book talk, because I know we're not talking about Jango Fett #1. 59 didn't really do anything for me, and I could care less about Star Wars Adventures Destroyer Down 3.
So I haven't read the Star Wars Adventures. Is it really that bad? Is it really as bad as like Solo Cadet?
No, they're just not meant for us. They're like kid comics.
Gotcha.
But I still want to like talk about what's going on. I mean, like I don't want to slam that because there's some people that watch our channel too, and they're like, "Oh, I really like that comic." So
I mean, I haven't read it. I don't know.
we have like 8-year-olds that watch our channel, and we have like 68-year-olds that watch our channel. So it's like it's a wide spectrum. Daniel really likes the idea of ravioli and garlic with meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're all racist. Where is? But yeah, I think it's cool. I think the thing in Pages, Pixels, Pieces I'm most excited to talk about, and I'm excited for Jango Fett 1, because that's kind of like reignited this whole passion to do like research into this stuff. But the new Black Series figure General Grievous is the most magical thing ever. If nobody knows what I'm talking about, there is a photo incoming that will be on your screen, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the most beautiful thing ever. Why can't I just save an image? Why does it have to hate me so much?
I feel like I'm missing a part.
This is literally the most beautiful thing ever. All right. Because, David, you're not really a figure guy, but you can appreciate a cool-looking action figure, right?
Yes, I can.
All right. Because I'm going to post this photo on the live stream, and I'm really hoping everybody is like, wow, David, that was worth the time and the energy.
Where did I miss that little doohickey? God, I hope I didn't miss anything else. 102, we're good.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, then we did that, then we did that, then we did that. Third mess up. Okay.
I wonder if there's anyone at home right now going like, I could build this Lego set so much better. I mean, I hope not. I think you're doing a nice job.
So this little part that I've been working on now, it's starting to look a little more symmetrical, which helps my brain quite a bit. And there's a little doohickey that kind of comes in and out. So we'll see what this is for.
Can I bring up... Let's see if I can bring up... If you like the action figures, like Star Wars action figures, or you collect them, let me know down in the live chat. I'd be really curious to know what you collect, because I'm about to blow your mind. I think I found the figure that if you don't collect the Legos, or the action figures, you're going to collect action figures after you see this photo. It's that impressive. Oh my gosh. It's delightful. I mean, it gives my life new purpose. Oh, I'm going to use this photo too because it has like this reflection. Oh yeah. Get some of that. Get some of that. Real nice. David, are you okay over there?
Yep. Here we go.
Wow, I can't believe that Emperor Palpatine is Darth Vader's father. Yeah, that's the Charles Soule, issue number 25, Darth Vader run. Yeah, baby. But that's the thing, though. Is like, how long have we been saying that, though? I mean, we've been speculating that since Revenge of the Sith first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so many people from the opera scene thought that was a thing. Taylor wants us to ask, have you seen Hot Toys? The build quality is amazing. Yeah, and it's $700. I mean, you get the quality, but those are, you know, what Jesse calls shelf pieces, man. You don't play with those toys. All right, so there's that. I'm going to do image, Grievous. This is so poorly spelled. I'm telling you, what I'm about to do is it's worth it for you at home. It really is. Okay, cool. All right. Check this out. So this is the General Grievous Black Series figure 6-inch scale. No, not 6-inch. 12, right? No, 6. It's 6. Anyways, this is the new figure that's dropping, and I'm obsessed with the quality of detail here because, one, just being able to take a look at the figure itself, top-notch work. I think something else I want to explore is who are the 4 Jedi Knights? Those like the lightsabers that Grievous fights with. Like what were the Jedi that he robbed from? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, you want to update the ship real quick?
Yep.
All right, here. Let me do that. Let me bring you back on camera.
Just briefly, and then you
Yeah,
can
you're
get back
fine.
to
You're
that.
fine. You're fine.
So I've just now built this like middle section here, and it's got a little slidey piece on it that goes up and down, which is kind of cool. And that connects with this back. I guess at some point there's going to be something that goes in between it. Who knows what that'll be, but it's starting to look really sharp. Starting to look like a First Order ship. Okay, now you can take us back to Grievous.
I can do that. Being nerds on a Friday night. All right, so I'm taking us back to the Grievous now because I just want people to see. I think the detail that I appreciate the most, and I'm sure we saw this in Clone Wars, like the Dave Filoni helmed series, but this takes me back to the micro series that we have on our YouTube channel. For some reason, Lucasfilm is okay with us having the entire micro series on our YouTube channel. Check it out. Yeah, they're cool with it. They claimed a bunch of audio stuff, but they're like, yeah, you can keep showing people. I don't think enough people know that series existed. Anyways, the pockets there on the right side of the figure's cloak, the interior of it, that's where he holds his lightsabers. And that's also the pocket that you see in Revenge of the Sith. I don't know. I just think that's a cool detail. It made me happy. And I like the cloak. I like how it forms. So yeah, that's a figure, and it's gonna be like $26. And if you want it, you should get it. That's what I got. Back to the live build here. I'm impressed for what we've been doing this for an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes. That's decent progress. They're probably gonna have you do the interior, right, David? Like do all the interior, and then you'll end with doing the outside show.
If it's anything like Krennic's shuttle, the answer would be yes.
Oh dang! Look at that snow. Steven just tweeted us a photo out his front door, and there is quite a bit of snow on the front lawn there.
What's it looking like out here in Hannibal?
You know what? I'll look out the window. You keep building.
Okay.
Okay, David, while I'm gone, I want you to debate this. Who would win in a saber battle, Grievous or Darth Maul?
Who would win in a saber battle with Grievous and Darth Maul? That would be a battle that I think I'd really like to see. Because you've got Darth Maul with his double-sided blade. He could be flopping back and forth, blocking things left and right. But then you've got Grievous, who could potentially have 4 different lightsabers, flinging them around back and forth. Like that scene from Attack of the Clones when he's approaching on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's like flinging them back and forth in kind of a rhythm, so it kind of looks like you're screwed no matter how you move. But I also think that Darth Maul would be the significantly better swordsman, and he's also got the Force on his side, so he could like flip around and push things. I think that maybe at some point during that battle, Darth Maul would probably get his lightsaber split in 2, but I think ultimately Darth Maul would win over Grievous, simply because he's skilled, he's trained, and he's kind of a badass, really. David gives me trouble all the time because as I started watching the Clone Wars, I was not a big fan at all when they brought back Darth Maul, because to me he was dead. He should have stayed dead. But holy cow, he has become one of my favorite characters, favorite villains, just because of how much he's gone through, his ruthlessness, his story. They've done a phenomenal job of keeping him relevant and up to date. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I count to figure out where my pieces are supposed to be here. Put this one right on top there. Wonder what that's going to be. Probably something to go in the middle to kind of keep it all together. If I had to take my guess.
Okay, so what did you decide? Who's going to win that, Maul or Grievous?
Maul.
Oh, hands down.
But I think that Grievous may get a good blow or two and probably break his lightsaber in half.
Yeah, I just think that while Grievous has that ability to fight with 4 limbs, he has to keep the one planet. So really, he only has 3 limbs. But I just don't ever think that he took Dooku seriously. We get that episode in the micro series. I think you get a little training in Clone Wars, but like Dooku could always outbest him. But also, Dooku is regarded as like one of the best swordsmen of the Jedi Order. I mean, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind here. I'm still going to say it's Maul. I think Maul would just use the Force and just crinkle him. Like I think he uses the Force and just bursts his heart. I mean, it's not that hard to do. Sam Underground St. Louis was the one that asked that question, and he says he loves Maul's storyline. Wishes we could have seen more of him in the real life movie. Sam, let me know, and everyone else, can you let me know if you saw Solo, a Star Wars story? Because there might have been a cameo there, but I don't want to.
It's been out for more than 6 months.
Okay, yeah. Like Maul's cameo at the end of Solo was, to me, like, that was thrilling because it ties in Rebels, it ties in Clone Wars, and it tells all the fans that Maul is alive, and everyone's like, what? And I think that's why they had him activate the lightsaber. I felt like that was a little cheesy at the end. Like, there was no need to ignite the red.
But
I think it was to make sure people knew.
I think they did because we need more lightsabers.
Yeah, and I like what Taylor and Sam are saying right now in the chat about Obi-Wan and Maul, like how like they're the perfect combination for each other. Because I mean that whole arc of Maul is just like getting that revenge on Obi-Wan, and the way Maul dies in Star Wars Rebels by the hands of Obi-Wan is poetry. I mean it's pretty stunning. It's just. And the fact is that Maul tries to beat Obi-Wan with the same 3 moves that he uses to beat Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, that's the crazy thing, is like greed and jealousy and revenge, like it all consumes Maul. So in the moment, he fails. And he goes to bump up Obi-Wan's saber hilt, and Obi-Wan, slice right down the middle of the chest. Just so great. Just so good. Sam says it was epic. But then they put all the projects on hold, which is BS. Yeah, like, Bob Iger even came out and said, like, it was his decision and it was his mistake.
For which one?
Putting Solo out in May instead of letting Lucasfilm put it out in December.
Yep.
I mean, you're thinking about that movie probably makes $700, $800 million. I really do think. Like, I think if they would have done it in December and built the hype train up, that movie makes a lot more money. But because they tried to push it in the same season as Infinity War, and Infinity War had the priority with merch, with advertising. Mm-hmm. And see, that's the problem when you have a studio own everything, is because then they have to pick projects over the other. And Infinity War is getting the TLC more than Star Wars. But also, you can make the argument that Star Wars is actually coming out pretty okay because we're getting The Mandalorian. We're getting the Cassian Andor series on Disney+, the last series of Clone Wars. There's going to be something else that comes down the pipe, I should say, for sure. Daniel really liked Solo. Yeah, Solo was awesome. Bake the Snake is with us. I like Solo, to me, the best out of the new movies. Also, a lot of people protested that movie.
Which I think is a shame. If you like something, you need to keep telling the creators that you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm torn. I don't know how big of a threat the boycott is. Like, I think the stuff that you see on the internet is such a microcosm of the fandom.
I mean, it's not like when Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code came out and people were protesting at the theaters.
I mean, I agree with the fans who say they want story to be like the priority. You know, so like make a character's actions for the best interest of the story, not because you're trying to throw in a morality lesson, but at the same time, Star Wars has been about morality. So I think it's all in like execution. So like here, like a common topic that a lot of people have is like Rose Tico. Like, what's that character in The Last Jedi? Was like waste of space? Was that a good character? I like the character rather, and I like what Kelly Marie Tran did. I wish the character would have been utilized better in the story, because the character is wasted and is a cop out. You know, Finn making that sacrifice in 8, I think I feel a little bit differently about the movie, honestly. If Finn makes this heroic, you know, he makes it all about himself to finding a cause, sacrifices himself for the rebellion, that's great. I understand he had to clear the stage for Luke. But her, you know, knocking him out of the beam and, you know, gotta protect the ones we love, not kill the, you know, whatever that is. But I think it's a great character. I just think it was used wrong. But now the fans that like attack her for being like a female or being Asian, those people are asses, and they're not fans. They're just terrible people. That's how I feel about that. Now there's no need for that BS in this world. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit behind. Oh, look at this. We got Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson in the chat as well. He's saying hi to Bake. Bake the Snake is here. Steven, I'd rather have no more Star Wars films if they have the soulless shell of the... You know, and that's fine. Like, you're not the first person to say that, Steve.
Soulless
like,
shell of what?
Of The Last Jedi.
Oh.
I still understand how in Star Wars a ship can move just fast enough to be out of reach of a Star Destroyer. That doesn't do it for me. Sam says, I would love Star Wars to do a Knights of the Old Republic series, new characters, new storylines, new canon. Don't have to worry about old actors, could totally recast. Yeah, I mean, I want to think that's where the Benioff and Weiss movies are going to be taking place in the Old Republic. In case you haven't heard, Sam, which I'm sure you have, the guys who write Game of Thrones are going to be writing a series of Star Wars movies, and that's where we're hoping that takes place. And that's what, like David and I and Jesse, we hope that it's Knights of the Old Republic for sure.
I mean, they already know how to do the gritty medieval type theme stuff, so let's keep that up.
It would be great. Sorry for umming into the microphone. That's like the worst habit anybody can have when they talk into a microphone. Steven says, I just did it again. Steven says, series will be what Star Wars needs. I agree, because like in this binge watch era, I think, do you want a 2-hour movie or do you want 10 1-hour-long episodes?
I'd take the 10-hour-long episodes.
Right. So I think there's really opportunity. And that's why I think an Obi-Wan series is... Do you want one movie with Obi-Wan, or do you want 10 adventures with Obi-Wan Kenobi?
10 adventures.
Yeah. So that's always going to win. So they're using, you know, $100 million for the budget for The Mandalorian, we know. So every episode is about 10 or just a little over $10 million. You're getting movie-grade visuals for TV. I mean, we're in a new era. It's awesome.
Are we in the golden age of television, David?
No. We are in the golden age of streaming. We are in the, like, we're not 6 feet under yet for TV, but, like, we're burying the grave. I just don't think, I think everything's going to be on-demand streaming in the next, like, in our lifetime. I honestly think that radio, because of streaming, I think radio will outlive the traditional TV as we know it today. And that's crazy, because everyone's like, radio's going to die. No, it's not. It's just re-identifying. It's just adapting like everything else. Okay, so a lot of great ideas here. So Sam says there could be a whole movie on Darth Bane. That would be dope. Love Rose just gave her a crap script. Baked Snake, agree. Do a movie on the Sith Empire. Okay, Sam, I think we're getting into territory here. Do you want one movie of that? Or would you like a series that maybe what you do is you jump around years with the Sith Empire? So like you do like 990 before the Battle of Yavin. So that's when the Sith Empire gets formed. I think that's right. And then you could jump 20 years and see like how they matured. And you can jump however many generations, so that way you can get the Malaks and the Banes and all of them in there. I mean, that's just an option. I think for Malak, you'd have to go further back in time. I think I got that wrong. Bake the Snake says he loves Legos and loves Star Wars. He's glad to be here. Glad to have you here. 11 watching. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, smash that thumbs up button. And if you can take just 5 seconds, please, hit the share button. Share our video on your Facebook and Twitter. and just say, listen, we found the Star Wars channel. They're cool. Hopefully you find us cool. Or you could share us and be like, hey, we found these jerks. All they do is build Legos and talk Star Wars. Check them out. But I would prefer you to be like, hey, cool guys, Friday night, nothing better to do. Join the conversation. They're talking about some cool things. I mean, that's the thing that's so great is the fact that, coming into this, David made the comment to me. He's like, man, I don't know how we're going to keep talking for 3 hours.
Well, you're the one talking for most of it.
Well, you have to focus on the build.
I am focusing on the build.
So I think it's so fun how we had such an active live chat. We've had 11, I think 12 is our highest viewer count at one time. But we're just starting these live builds. And that's like the whole goal of 2019 is how do we do high quality, unique content that's informative, it's engaging, but most importantly, it's fun. And so those are the promises we're trying to keep, right? Because when you come to Beyond the Blast Doors, we want you to know the latest in the movies, the TV, the books, the comics, the toys, the cosplay, have that Star Wars conversation. And this is like a prime example of how we can have that conversation. Very casual. David has a half-eaten calzone under the table right now and a bottle of nectar, So it's like it's comfortable. This is nice. Taylor, so I don't think this comment's showing in the thread because there was a swear in it. Sorry, bud. Trying to keep it family friendly, but he does not. He's with me. He does not like the fact that fuel was the crutch of the Resistance in The Last Jedi. Jeffrey, I love Legos too. Haven't played with them in so long though. Well, Jeffrey, I hope you're living vicariously through us right now. Living through David at least vicariously right now. Bake the Snake says he just got into Legos last year. Always wanted them as a kid. Then won a giant Ninjago movie set from Nerdist. It was awesome. Got some pics on my Instagram. Bake the Snake, can you tweet at us the link to that or a photo of that? Because I'm just not going to be able to pull that up on the live stream. Maybe I can through Instagram. I'm not sure. I'll check. But if you have time and if you're able to, tweet us that or Facebook that. If I can get up on here. I really want, there's like a modular Ninjago set. It's got like a sushi restaurant and I think in a comic book shop in Lego form. And it's like in those, those modular buildings I have, David?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like that. But it's got like that Ninjago vibe. It's really cool. Oh, look at this. We have Andre 2.0 in the live chat.
Hi, Andre.
Dude, this is awesome. So Andre's been with us basically since the beginning, right, man? And you always know him because he pops up. He's that Death Trooper icon. And he's been with us like from like the beginning. Like he has powered through some of our best content, and he has trudged through some of our worst. He's seen us at our highs and lows, and we're so thankful that he's here with us. Steven says that podcasts will save radio and esports casts on radio. Oh, I get what he's saying. So like gaming, yeah, I can see that. Follow up to the conversation we had with Sam. I would love a whole series. Game of Thrones does such a good job on breaking down a huge fantasy world into 10 episodes a season. Star Wars could easily do that. It would be super fresh. Sam, I totally agree, and that's why I'm thinking that it just makes sense for them to go to that Knights of the Old Republic era. But I think it's characters that we've never met before. I don't think they're going to pull out the characters from the games. Although I would love that and wouldn't mind a mild rehash because I think a lot of people didn't play those video games.
I didn't.
I mean, but David, you've heard of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought them on the Steam sale back over Christmas, but I haven't played them yet.
But Star Wars is like super niche, right? So, you have the people that have seen the movies, and then you have people who read the comic books. Well, that's a smaller portion of the fandom. Then you have like the collectors, and that's smaller or larger to the comics. I'm not sure. But you know what I'm saying? It's like the further you go into how many different things there are of Star Wars, the niche kind of shrinks. And so my point is, I think a lot of people played Knights of the Old Republic, but I think the overwhelming majority of Star Wars fans didn't, so that rehash could work. So, yeah, Sam, totally right there with you, and I hope they do it. And, it'd be fun. I mean, I think this is kind of a given. We haven't been doing this with Resistance because it's just not... it's not like Star Wars Rebels. Like, Rebels, we did, like, episode reviews. We didn't do that with Resistance. But you better believe that for the final season of Clone Wars, we'll do breakdown videos of each episode. When The Mandalorian comes out, we'll do the same. When Cassian Andor comes out, we'll do the same. And if we get a 10-episode series on, I don't know, the Knights of the Old Republic, we'll do a review series on that. Shows, baby. Shows. All right, you going to show this thing off?
I'm showing it off right now. So there's a little doohickey on the back. I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of cool. And it's got a little flappy thing that can go up and down, so that's kind of neat.
I'm so excited to see. I don't know how this is going to work. I almost think that there's going to be like a back half that attaches, right?
Potentially.
I think so. We're at 7:04 right now, David, and we promised a 3-hour live stream. Are we feeling good right now? Do we need a bathroom break?
Let me finish this bag, and then I'll probably need to get up and stretch my legs.
Okay, we'll let you stretch your legs, and I'll help you out. I mean, I don't need to help you stretch your legs. That sounded funny. I'm not helping you stretch out, Jack.
Okay. Looks like I'm doing a little floor decoration right now. Putting some flat, smooth pieces together.
I really do enjoy that because that detail, that's something I really enjoy about the modulars. I think I've been fairly open that I'll always pick up a Star Wars Lego set, but I think the Creator Modular Expert Buildings are my favorites right now. And there's always like some fun flooring detail there, and it's fun seeing like those kind of techniques kind of leak over to the other Lego builds. It's pretty cool. So Andre says hello. Jeffrey says yes. I'm loving the vicariousness. Andre says he finally made it. Baked the snake. So he did. That Ninjago modular I was talking about.
Okay.
He won that from Nerdist. That's
pretty
awesome,
cool.
dude. I would love to have that set. The comic book shop, but the sushi, it's all pretty cool. All right, so we gotta do some cleanup real quick. David, what are you laughing at?
Laughing at the cat. He seems to have found the plastic bags.
Yeah, no, he's doing freaking Irish tap dancing on the bags. 10 people watching right now. This is so fun. 14 thumbs up on the video. That is so awesome.
Nice snowy night here in the Midwest. I'm putting stickers on right now. That's definitely not my strong suit. But you know what? That's close enough. So now I've got what looks like kind of a little teleporter, elevator, some sort. That's going to go right down here in the center of it. Okay, step number 134
I'm proud of you.
of 383. So I'm about a third of the way done.
I'm proud of you. Baked the Snake says he recently did that ship in a bottle build. He said it was pretty cool.
Ship in a bottle?
Yeah, and then just picked up the chess set. Chess set Lego set would be kind of cool. But yeah, it's like a pirate ship that's in a Lego bottle.
Well, that's kind of cool.
And it's really cool. I dig it a lot. Just so everyone knows right now in the live chat, can you guys let me know if you can see the like permanent comment section? I actually don't think you can because we're live. You only get the live chat. I want to let you know though when our stream ends, and we're gonna end about 8 o'clock. I have already posted like a question for the thread. I'm asking you to tell me what your favorite first order Lego spaceship or vehicle is. I want you to tell me in the comments down below after this video ends. So it'd be super great. Stick with us to the end of this show, of this live stream. See how far David gets on his build. And then in the comments section after we wrap up, make sure you let us know what your favorite first order vehicle is. really excited to get your answers in there. And I think what I want to start doing, David, I want to start doing like once a week, taking like the best comments that people comment on our videos.
Okay.
And do like a video just about that.
That'd be kind of cool.
So like Beyond the Blast, from the comments. And then, if someone has like a really hot take or has like a really funny comment, like you can shout them out. Just like a little like community support. Mm-hmm. Something different.
Where do you want me to put this?
Someone messaged me. They're like, "Hey, is he building a Lego set that's 75,000 pieces?" I was like, "No, that's the set number."
Oh.
And he's like, "Good God, because I thought you were about to build a life-size Star Destroyer."
That would be really cool.
I still don't think 75,000 would be enough though. 75,000 for life size?
No, not for life size. Maybe a small one.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It is a possibility. The possibilities are endless. I want that Grievous figure so bad. But I'm torn. I think I want the Grievous figure, but I also want Taylor's cosplay helmets. I think I'm more interested in that maybe right now. And speaking of Taylor, he says, I'm going to go beat up some video games. Catch you guys in a bit. All right, Taylor, catch you later. Thank you so much for stopping by, introducing yourself after all this time has passed. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you on Friday to meet you in the flesh. Got Discovery Bay Comics back in the house. Great to see you.
Welcome back.
13 people now watching on the live stream. If you've just joined the live stream, please feel free. Hop over into the live chat. Say hi. Let everybody know that you're here. We're having a great conversation. Just talking about Legos right now. But we've talked about, I feel like, almost everything under the sun when it comes to Star Wars. We haven't really talked about Mandalorian. We haven't really talked about the Cassian Andor series. We've kind of talked about Episode 9. There was an in-depth conversation about The Last Jedi and how we all feel about that in live chat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people are really opinionated about it, and that's fine. We love that.
Talked about Rogue One for a little bit. And
Rogue One.
Our love for that.
Rogue One is queued up in my Netflix right now. But I think we watch Solo tonight. This is what I want, David. I think we have to play Monopoly tonight, and I think we watch Solo while we do that. Because I'm not the biggest Monopoly fan, but I'll do it if it means we can watch a movie. David, you need to have a glass of this later.
What?
This Maker's, whatever it's called, 44 or whatever.
Glass.
Are you still on your good on your beverage over there? Oh my God.
Nope, so I'll try what you're trying.
Oh my God, why would you do that? You're gonna get like a sugar rush or like a. Oh my God. 12 people watching right now. This is so cool. So we had 13 watching just a couple of minutes ago. That was our highest of the night. If everyone could take a moment and share this live stream, let's see if we can get up to 20 folks on the live stream. That would be super fun, super fantastic.
Right now I'm trying to pull this piece up. It's one of those like plus sign looking things. Yeah. And I put a piece all the way down, and it wasn't supposed to. So I'm trying to raise that back up to where it's supposed to be. Thank goodness they gave us this little orange tool. There we go.
Oh, hey, look at this. We got Sydney Lee in the chat and is letting us know that Think Geek has 50% off their clearance stuff today, and there is some Star Wars swag. So I guess we're going to have to check that out. Thank you so much, Sydney, for letting us know that. 15 thumbs up, 13 watching live, hot live chat right now. This is exactly how I want to spend a Friday night live stream, just building Legos. David, you look like you're having a migraine. Did you drink that too soon?
No.
Calypso.
Okay, so this is super cool. You ready for this? David, watch on the screen and see if I'm getting a close-up of it.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
But I put this little thing in the middle here. Can you see this?
Yeah.
And it's kind of got I said it was a little elevator, and it's kind of got the things.
Yeah.
And what they just had me build was this little gizmo that I can put a guy on it.
Yep. And
then I can raise him up and down. That is so cool.
I wonder how that's going to finish. Like, I wonder if he's going to be, like, on the deck of the ship.
but it's really cool. Like I've got like a working elevator.
The functionality is pretty cool. Like it's cool to have like those playable features, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Makes it more than just a little shelf piece.
Yeah.
Well, see, now I've got extra pieces left over, so it makes me wonder if I missed something.
Want to shout out Underground St. Louis in the chat. It's my buddy Sam from St. Louis. He's also on a show, Going Dutch Radio Network. They have a show Monday, Mayhem. They're going to be going live on Facebook tonight. But Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. You're live on YouTube too, right? 8 o'clock? Let me know. Let me know. Discovery Bay Comics says, good job, David. That's coming along pretty well.
Thank you.
I mean, he is following directions. It'd be a lot more impressive, I think, if he was doing this just like
On my own.
on your own. You're like, I think these pieces belong here.
I need to stretch my legs.
You need to stretch your legs?
Yep. I'll grab some of these so the cats don't play with them.
Yeah, grab the trash. And then what I'll do is I'm going to jump over in there. What's a good thing? We'll do this. I'll put it on a single shot for a little bit. And I'll hang out with y'all. So that's pretty cool. I don't know why David's complaining about sitting in one place for so long, because I've been sitting there just as long as he has. But maybe he's not as numb as I am because of the whiskey. But hey, everybody. How we doing? This is a Diet Coke setup of our main stage set. Usually I'd be sitting like right here. David would be there. Jesse would be here. But we're just doing this Diet Coke version for the LEGO Live build. And just really happy that we're able to do this. I think this is so cool. Like I know that when you look, you're seeing, the bookshelf with all the Star Wars stuff, and you're seeing, the Legos. But like I'm looking out here, and we got light trees. We've got 2 cameras now. It's just kind of cool to see how this show is evolving. I want to let you guys know about a few things that are happening right now on the channel. So in case you just joined us, I want you to know that we are going to have at least 1, maybe 2 videos drop tomorrow. Just more canon deep dives. Working with my buddy Jesse on finishing those scripts for me to track. I'll edit those, and then we'll get those online. Taking a look at the Lost 20. The Lost 20 in the Jedi Order. And then also taking a look at Sifo Dyas and just how badly did he screw the Jedi after he left and ordered the clone army. Also, if I was going to order a clone army, maybe I would have ordered more than 6 million clones, but that's just me. That's just me. So we got those videos dropping. We think we're gonna have our weekly episode this Sunday still. It just depends on the weather. Right now, the Midwest is getting pounded with snow, so it's play by ear. But as of right now, we are still a go, and we want you to join us because we are having so much fun this evening. Having 10, 12, 13, 14, maybe even 20 people at one time joining us live. And that's just how we grow that Star Wars conversation and that Star Wars community that we're trying to cultivate here. So please join us on Sunday. Be sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram so that way you can stay posted on our plans. But I'm pretty sure we're going to keep it for Sunday. If we do air Sunday and it's not going to be at 10, it'll be at noon Central Time. Again, we'll let you know on social media. And I'm sure I'll post. I'm sure I'm doing another video live this weekend. I know for sure I got my most holy grail of comic books a couple weeks ago, and I'm just now able to do the live video. But, like everyone, like comic book collectors, they have that one comic book that they have to have in their collection, and that's their most holy high grail. Well, I've got mine, which doesn't mean I'm done with comics, but I'm also in the process. I have like 11 short boxes of comics in my collection. I'm trying to sell 9. So if you like DC or Marvel, mainly DC, a lot of Rebirth, mostly New 52. But if you're into that stuff, hit me down in the comments or email me, beyondtheblastdoors@gmail.com, and I'll let you know what I have in case you want to buy. But I'm trying to sell most of my collection. The point of this tangent is my holy grail. It's in hands. I'm going to unveil that tomorrow. I also got a small haul. It includes the first appearance of Lady Tano, Ahsoka Tano. So that's going to be a cool video that we'll be able to do together. Live builds for Legos. We have part 1 of David's First Order Star Destroyer live build. That's what you're watching right now. We'll have part 2 next week. If it's not done, we'll have part 3 the following week. If it is done, we'll have his Y-Wing start up. That's probably going to be, I could see that being a one video build. But I have still to build my Anakin Star Destroyer, or not Star Destroyer, but Jedi Starfighter, Tactical Clone era, I should say. I'm tripping over my words. But it's been a really long day. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's kind of similar. I mean, I'll hold them up, but I'm a nerd. I've collected a lot of these. Hit the microphone. That's the one I got to build, okay? This is the one I have built. It's way cooler. It's from the Micro Series. It's his custom Starfighter. I'm in love with the Starfighter. Anyways, I'm still stalling for David because he had to go to the bathroom. I mean, he's only been streaming for 2.5 hours straight, so I can't blame him. You ready to come back in this thing? Yep. So anyways, this is my set that I'll build whenever he's done with his bigger sets. But I think that there is a big set coming in the future. We will have more information on that later. I'm going to get up. I'm going to tilt this thing back up. And I'm going to go hide. That was a lot of fun.
I don't know if I slept weird last night or what, but my back has been sore all day. So.
All right, and I'm going to take it back to the close-up shot.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah, 9 p.m. tonight for Jeezel, that is loud. 9 p.m. tonight for Going Dutch Radio on Facebook and YouTube. 9 p.m. Discovery Bay Comics wants me to showcase my collection. Yeah, I'm totally down with that. I mean, we could probably do it. I don't have everything. I have all my like original sets back home.
All of them?
Well, okay, so listen to this. I didn't realize this, but I actually did have all of the original Legos from like 99.
Really?
The X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, I don't know, let's see. I had the MTT, the AAT, the Land Speeder, the Battle of Endor, where it was just a tree, Luke, and 2 stormtroopers scouts on speeders. I had all those sets. But the problem was my TIE Fighter would shoot down my X-Wing fighter, which would cause him to crash, and I'd throw him into the couch. And I've lost pieces, and I've broken pieces. The original TIE Fighter doesn't exist really anymore. The pieces are scattered throughout my parents' basement. So is the X-Wing. Just a mess. Just a mess. Okay, yeah, Discovery. Yeah, I can totally do a video. What I can do, I don't know when I'll do that. Man, it'd be kind of cool, though, to bring my sets from my folks' house. I probably should move those out of their house anyways.
I don't think I have anything at my mom's anymore.
I need to do that. But I might need to buy another shelf so I have space to put the sets. That's not the end of the world. Andre, are you saying that you want a Lego collection video as well? And by the way, I did check the streets. Not bad. You can still see tire treads.
Okay.
So, but I'm gonna hold you prisoner tonight, just so you know.
Okay.
My plan is to get you inebriated.
Gotcha. So that way it's your friendly duty to make sure I don't drive home.
Yep. Gotta take your keys. Don't be a dummy. Oh, wait, that's the wrong cliche. I didn't mean to use that one. I meant don't be stupid. Drive responsibly. Yeah.
And you always worry about me saying something inappropriate.
I haven't said anything inappropriate in this entire live stream. We have kept this PG. They could be airing this right now at the Fantasy Shop in Maplewood, Missouri.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And I'd be fine with it. It really has been a lot of fun, though. Like, who knew, like, live streaming Lego? Like, I should have been doing this 10 years ago. Because this is what I did. I had no friends. I just had Legos and Star Wars. 10 years ago? What was that? 2009? Yeah, that's accurate. Junior year of high school.
So now it seems I've built a little robot of some sort.
Yep.
Kind of interesting.
It looks like kind of like the medical droid. It kind of looks like the droid that I had with my Vader's Transformation Lego set, which is a pretty cool set. Simple build, but fun. You know, if there's a smaller set that I wish I would have picked up too, I wish I would have picked up the carbon freezing chamber.
Okay. Where in the same heck does it want me to put this? That is a phenomenal view. Great job, Lego.
For some reason, so Taylor had tweeted about, checking us out, our live build. In case you didn't join us a little while ago, Taylor is allowing us to use one of his cosplay helmets for a display piece on our set. Pretty excited. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and show those again because I think they're so cool. So I want the Death Trooper, but I think it would be best for everybody if we did the Finn helmet on the left.
People would know it better.
I think people would know it better. But I want to wear the Death Trooper helmet at the very least. Anyways, so he wants us to put this on our show, our set somewhere. So we're gonna do that. But he tweets out, he's like, nerd time, and then it's like the link to our video, and so it kind of reminds me of like Blue's Clues, mail time.
Mail time.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Is that copyrighted? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
We can go 15 seconds before we can get sued, I think.
I sometimes sing that in the office. Okay.
Andre says I built that set last week. Oh my goodness.
This set?
No, I think, Andre, are you talking about Vader Transformation set? What set are you talking about, bud? What did you just build? Discovery Bay Comics, you absolutely would also have a crossover audience if you decided to show off your comic book collection too. You know, I'm glad that you brought that up, Discovery Bay. There was a time where we were doing a lot of comic book videos, and David and I actually still have plans. We want to do our best covers of 2018, our most anticipated books of 2019. We still want to do all those videos. Honestly, if we're snowed in, we might just do those tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You have your books with you, right?
I left some here. I don't know what they were. I know you wanted to do like top 10 Star Wars covers, but I think I only got like
Darth Vader.
Yeah,
covers.
So I brought like my top 7, and one of those is like a new to me, but not a new cover.
Okay.
Kind of thing, just because I thought it was really cool and I really like it. So I could do like a top 5 and then a couple honorable mentions. There we go.
I think we would do that. I think people would be into that. Mm-hmm. And again, it's just like having like that conversation. But yeah, if Discovery Bay, if you go back to our videos, it might be easier if you go to playlists. We do have like a comic book community playlist. I'm going to double check though to make sure. What is that label as? David's Comic Book Hauls. Is that the playlist? Oh, I don't want to play the... Oh, shoot. Oh, wait. But that's what it is. So I need to rename that. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 comic book hauls there, Discovery Bay. So check that out. Check that out. And I'm actually going to go to this playlist. I'm going to edit it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it... I'm going to call this Comic Book Hauls YouTube Comic Book Community. All right, cool. So that's been there. That has been updated. I actually just did an AOK, an act of kindness video from 3 Men in a Basement Comics and Collectibles. They sent over a few comics, Disney store exclusives.
Okay.
And they sent 4 books. We each get 1. Pretty cool. So guys, go ahead and check that out. Yeah, so Andre built Darth Vader's transformation. Let's see here. We got 9 people watching right now. Super fantastic. Happy when those people are joining us.
I love it when you steal my words.
Mm-hmm. David, do you think it's worth, and you can just be honest with me, is it worth playing I want to say, how about you schedule a re-air in the future so I could put it on the morning show? Oh, okay, so this is cool. So Discovery Bay Comics is a member of the comic book community on YouTube, David.
Awesome.
So what he does is now every morning he does like a morning show. It's kind of cool. Like it's like anywhere from like 2 to 10 minutes, and he's telling you every video that's dropping that day in the comic book community.
Well, that's kind of neat.
And it's really cool. And it's kind of like I could see him doing like a Tonight Show kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like he could do that, and then he could probably have like an interview with somebody. Like there's a lot of potential with what he's doing. I think it's a genius idea because there's so many people active. Discovery Bay, I don't know how to. I could re-air them. I could probably just upload them in my system here and then just crank them out. Yeah, Jeffrey, you like that idea too?
Which one? Which idea?
I think what I could do is I could queue up all the hauls. Like I could do like our hauls in like OBS and push it out as a live stream.
Like the ones we did like after we went to Colorado last year and
yeah,
like those.
So many comic books. So many comic books. In fact, I did a video haul in 2018 that was every Star Wars comic book I own. So that was an hour of my life. 7:30 here in the Midwest. Snow continues to fall. We're probably snowed in. That's why we're drinking. 9 people watching live right now. 16 thumbs up on the episode. I am so over the moon just by the involvement in the live chat. It has been so much fun. If you've had fun in this live chat, if you've had fun watching the stream tonight, comment in the live chat right now. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us if you're having fun. Yeah, Discovery, they were all Star Wars related, that one video. But like I have some videos that like are not any Star Wars comics. I have like just like Batman covers and I don't know, Carnage. I have some Deadpool stuff. Like just check out that playlist.
Do you have Deadpool stuff?
I have a few books I got from Alex the Comic Hoarder.
Okay.
Local guy, Alex Guinness lives in Quincy, right? So yeah, he was really cool, and I got a couple books from his auction last year. Honestly, yeah. Let me know. Like, are you enjoying the live chat? Are you enjoying the live stream here? I would love everyone's take. What do you think about us? Starting to get creative with the second camera shot. It's so much easier, so much more fun to do live. I don't miss the pre-recording stuff at all. Like even with the current system that we have now, we can do the multicam setup and just record, and then we can push that stuff out live later on. And I'm so much more. I'm just so happy about it. Because I used to spend like 3 hours getting ready, and then we do the show, and then I had like 3.5, 4 hours of editing. And we've cut down that time so much. It's so great. David is so focused right now. No, you're fine. Keep going.
What did you say?
I was complimenting you, and then you just ignore me. It's all right. It's all good. Discovery Bay Comics is reminding us that our niche is Star Wars. I know. We talk Star Wars comics. We've talked other comics too. Especially the beginning, because we were just trying to meet people that would talk about our channel. Right now I think we're at 736 subscribers, and I keep an eye on that subscriber list, but I'm not making it priority. Huh?
How many?
736.
Well, that's not too bad, because Sunday we had a lot less.
Yeah, we've picked up 7 since we last saw each other.
Cool.
Yeah. So, we just want people to keep sharing our channel, sharing our videos. And that's why I'm excited about the canon deep dive stuff, is because I think that's going to allow for really good conversation. And I think those are easy digestible videos that people are going to learn something from and share that around. And the priority to share isn't for subscribers. The priority is that we have as many people involved in the Star Wars conversation as possible, because I think that there's maybe some Star Wars conversations out there that have gotten stale, stagnant, vile. Some people are being real mean. And I just want you to know that you can come here and have Star Wars opinions. You can like movies. You can not like movies. You can love the comics. You can hate the comics. You can love action figures. You can loathe the toys. you get whatever opinion you want. You just got to be respectful, and that's like the biggest thing here is we just want it to be fun. Yeah, it's a special thing that I think we're creating, and maybe I feel that way because I kind of feel rejuvenated. Like it's a new year. I'm feeling really good about where we're going. Andre 2.0 says you guys deserve way more subs. Andre, help us out. Share us. Put us on Facebook. Put us on your Twitter. Tag people. Tell them to sub us up. That would be it'd be the world. Honestly, if everyone could go on Facebook right now and go to the Beyond the Blast Doors Facebook page and invite all your Facebook friends to like our Facebook page, that would be super dope. In fact, I'm going to try and encourage this. I'm going to go to Beyond the Blast Doors right now. I'm going to copy that in the live. Please click on that link. Click on that link in the live chat. Invite all your Facebook friends. If we have 8 people watching and they average of 200 Facebook friends, that's like 1,000. That's gonna be great.
Let's see here. David, can you see this okay?
I think so. Let
Can
me
you see,
double
like,
check.
the detail on the inside?
Yeah, I think you're solid.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah.
So what I just did, they had me put a couple little chairs in right down in here and a table with a cup on it, which is pretty cool. Let me pull this table out real quick because I think it's absolutely adorable. Yep. So, little table. That way, I guess our Imperial officers who are serving the galaxy have the opportunity to sit and relax and take a load off after fighting Resistance scum. There's a little station right here where somebody can stand and beep boop bop on the computers. And then it had me put a little wall decoration right over here. So I got to play with stickers and try to get those lined up, which I'm not very good at. So, you know what? At the end of the day, it's for me. So it doesn't matter how askew the stickers are. Okay, let's see what I'm supposed to do next here. Ooh, get to play with some red. This has been a pretty fun set to build. I'd recommend it. But I'm also the one actually building it, so... you're supposed to go somewhere.
Want to shout out AG Surfer real quick. He just commented on our Boba Fett, or a Jango Fett video. Great insight into Jango's backstory with the cloning process and why he was chosen. I thanked him and I let him know that we would shout him out here on the live stream. I figured that was the least we could do. Like, I love people checking out that. Oh my gosh, look at this. We got Comic Core in the live chat right now. These guys are awesome. They've been really pivotal also about getting that Jango Fett video kind of hot on YouTube right now.
We appreciate it.
I think that video is going to hit 100 views here soon, and I just really do think that especially with the Mandalorian come out, like I would love to see that video get real hot. See that video get over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, a million, 5 billion views. If we get a video that has 5 billion views, David, we could retire.
Could we?
Possibly. If we were monetized. That's a joke. It's not a priority. Comic Core does a show every week, and it's deep dives. I mean, it's kind of like the... What would you guys say, Comic Core? Like, can I say, like, it's the Mount Rushmore of the YouTube comic book community? You guys all get together and just talk books of the week and what's going on in comics. It's a pretty fun time. Show, I think, is tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So, Comic Core, let me know if I got that wrong. I know I was in the Facebook chat earlier, and I wasn't able to pay 100% close attention. Oh, this is cool. On our Facebook page right now, Jose Badillo just liked our Facebook page and commented on the page saying, enjoying the live Lego build on YouTube right now. Yes, love that. Be like Jose. Find our Facebook page. Like it. Invite people to it. Share it. God, it's a good day to be alive. That is so cool. Yeah, if everyone could really just go on there, or if you got the time, go ahead and just share, or just invite all your Facebook friends to like our page. Because right now our Facebook page, we have 270 likes. I feel like we should be like, I bet we can get that over 1,000 if we just try just a little bit. That'd be really cool. I'm giving out a call to action here. Discovery Bay Comics, yes, check this morning's video. Cool. Discovery's like, dude, I made a video talking about exactly just this when they have the show. Oh my God, Jose is Discovery Bay Comics. Well, I'm embarrassed. Yeah, I did not draw that connection until. Well, that's great. Hey man, thanks for listening. Go to that Facebook page. I cannot believe it, man. 7:39. We're closing on 3 hours. Probably gonna wrap this up. Don't you think? After the 3 hour mark, David.
How far are we into it?
3.
No, we're already at 3.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I finish this bag and then we call it a day. Because this is bag number 4.
Okay.
And there's 10 total bags.
Okay.
So then the next time we get together, I can do another 3 bags, and the next time we get together, I can do the last 3 bags.
Okay.
And have a finished Star Destroyer.
But I seriously don't know if it's a good idea for you to build during the episode because I really don't want to hear the Lego popping the entire time.
That's fine.
But you're watching right now in the live chat, or if you're catching this on the rewind, right now in the comments, I want you to tell me if you think it's a good idea or a bad idea for David to be building his Lego set during the next episode. Should I let him build his Legos during the live episode? Let me know in the live chat. We'll let majority rule.
It's a terrible idea, David.
I mean, the crackling, the popping in the bags, that's going to be terrible.
I would not be saying a word while we were doing this.
I'd be frustrated.
Yes, you would be.
But I would also have to have a show produced for us to even do. I feel like what we need to do, we need to talk Star Wars Resistance. That's probably important because we had that mid-season trailer. We should watch that tomorrow, honestly. That would be like a reaction video we could do. Because you haven't watched much of Resistance at all, right?
Yeah, like the first 2 episodes. Whatever came out at the premiere.
Okay, but you know how I've talked about how, like, the show, like, it's kind of, like, off on, like, a tangent? Like, it's not really dealing with anything, like, happening in the galaxy?
Yep.
Yeah, that's changed. I think you're going to like it.
Right now, I got little computer screens here, and I'm putting 6 of those kind of in the front of the ship. So it looks like this is actually going to be kind of functional if you were a tiny Lego person bent on taking over the galaxy.
While I'm thinking about it, I want to shout out the guys over at StarWarsNewsNet.com. They do such a great job of with information, and they did a write-up on the mid-season premiere. Not really a write-up, they just showed like a bunch of pictures from it, but like just the visuals and the art, like I'm really excited about where the second season is going to go because that was just announced. And then January 13th, so this coming Sunday, is the first episode of the second half of season 1. You okay? What? David's in his build. We're gonna go until he's done with. Once he's done with his bag, then we're gonna wrap this thing up. Looking great. Got to run. Bueller is on. Sorry. No, I understand. Bueller is doing a testimony video. Had a friend die, unfortunately, this past week, and I think he's doing a tribute video. So
I'm sorry, buddy. We'll keep you in our thoughts.
yeah, I'm gonna get on there actually right now and just be like, Bueller still alive. I'm really proud of you. I really didn't think you were going to be able to go this long. So I'm really proud of you, David.
Huh?
I am proud of you for still
Shucks.
going.
What, you don't think I have endurance? Do you want me to start on bag 5? Prove you wrong.
I mean, you could, but I feel like you don't want to do that. Do you want to do that?
I don't care.
I think what we do, hear me out. I think what we do
Take a
is
break?
we take a break, and if you want to get back on later tonight, we can do another build, or we can do another build tomorrow.
Okay.
If you're going to be snowed in with me, then we can do that. But I also got to get some of these other projects going. I've made a promise that we would do at least one more of these Canon deep dives tomorrow, and I want to make sure that I get that online. Which I don't think should be too difficult. I think I'm going to end up doing the Sifo-Dyas one first. Because that just might be the most interesting right now.
So a little update of where we are. This is the First Order Star Destroyer. And for the last couple minutes, I've been working on this front section here. They've had me put kind of a row of console computers around the area with some neat little decorations on top and some sort of cool looking wall decoration there. So that's kind of what we're working on is the interior at the moment. I guess this would be the place where the stuff would happen if this were a real Star Destroyer. Where the bigwigs would hang out, the bridge. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And 4 of those. 1 of you.
All right, so I think I actually got the script pretty shaped up. I'm going to send this to Jesse real quick and now and just see if Jesse can give me an update on whether or not he thinks this is ready to go. Hey, Taylor's back. He was playing the video games, but he's already back now. So he's saying that the Star Destroyer looks great, David. He sees the progress that you've made.
Aw, thanks, Taylor.
Jesse sent me a photo of Porgs.
Of Porgs?
Yeah, so this is probably getting really confusing, but Jesse Buck is
Our Jesse?
Is our Jesse on air, and then Jesse Manchester is my editor. I don't know what title we're gonna give him. Jordan's working on a new website apparently for Beyond the Blast
So
Doors.
we have 2 Jessies, 2 Davids, and 2 Steves.
Well, you have Steve and Steven. Those are 2 different people. You know, that's. I will not. They are their own person. Taylor, what game were you playing? What video game were you playing? Hey, Common Core, what well, I know it's Discovery. No, it's not. Jose was telling me that he is Discovery Bay, but Common Core, what do we got crack on the show tonight? What topics are we going to have? curious to know if I know Bueller's live right now. I'll be curious to know if he's on the show tonight. Seven watching still right now. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know that there are a lot of options of what to watch on the YouTube on a Friday night, and we're glad that you're with us now. Probably got another 15 minutes or so. David's working on his last bag. Once this bag is complete, then we'll say it. But hey, that's 3 hours straight of Lego build. Had a lot of great conversation.
This is bag number 4 of 10 that I'm getting ready to wrap up here.
Yeah, so there's a lot more Legos to build. Have that one. Have the Y-Wing. I've got my Jedi Starfighter. I want Jesse to get another... See, here's the thing about Jesse, is he doesn't buy, like, little stuff. If Jesse's going to spend his money, he's going to buy, like, a $250 lightsaber from Saberforge.
Which was really cool.
Did you see the final review of that?
My review? Or, wait, what?
Like, you were here when we recorded that review.
Yeah.
But did you see the finished product?
No.
So, the saber on screen looks like it's real.
Huh.
It's insane.
Can you Alt-Tab and pull it up?
I could do that for you.
I mean, I don't need the video or the audio of it.
Oh, you just want to see what it looks like on screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. All right. Sorry for coughing in the microphone.
Seems like I've gone through most of my stickers so far.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the stickers and Lego sets anymore. Like, I miss the prints. I feel like I've made that point a few times, but, like, it's really frustrating when you buy $150, $200, $300 Lego set, and instead of getting printed pieces, you get stickers, which that's a third world problem or a first world problem. Like, I get it. There's worse things going on, but it is kind of irritating. Dancing queen, young and sweet. All right. All right, so David, real quick, look over here. All right, so he's like holding the blade.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's a real lightsaber. And then he lets me hold it. And then do you see this like cheesy zoom in that I do?
As you start wiggling it around.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. But I'm trying to do that on the. I'm trying to do that when we like record stuff. Is I want to do like those cheesy cliche YouTube zoom ins. Andre, Comic Core, Bake the Snake, guys still in the live chat. I want to know, what's the thing that you're most interested about Star Wars wise right now? Like, is it the movies? Is it TV? Is it comics? Is it my deep dives into canon exploration? You could flatter me. Taylor, I'd be curious to know what Steven has told you about us. Like, what has he said about Beyond the Blast Doors? Does he talk nicely about us? I hope he does. If he hasn't, he's poured a lot of time. He's poured a lot of time in this channel to not like us. Friend just texted me a photo of the bread aisle at the county market. And it's pretty bare. It's pretty bare. There's Facebook live video of Broadway over in Illinois, David, and there's nothing.
Nobody out or nothing on the street?
I mean, the streets are pretty clear. The problem about it, it's all gonna happen overnight in the early morning. For those of you just joining, we're supposed to have this like 6 inches to 10 inches of snow dumped on us, and we're not seeing it yet, but I don't want to jinx it. Steven is back in the chat. He's like, I spew nothing but lies. LOL. Steven, I really do. Like, I want to take a moment and be like, thank you so much for everything that you do for the channel, because you've helped us with our promotions when we were doing the weekly giveaways. We're going to announce our first giveaway of 2019 here soon. Thanks to our sponsors, our proud sponsors over at the Maplewood Fantasy Comic Book Shop in Maplewood, Missouri. That's why I said Maplewood the first time. But we're going to announce that first giveaway soon. And, you know, from the giveaway graphics to just, I mean, everything. I feel like I've had the most bizarre tasks I've asked of Steven.
Oh.
Steven just made like a new subscribe button for us for the videos.
Okay.
So he just got into just like, he does it all. I appreciate you a lot. And I think he and Steve got us like 200 to 300 stickers, like logo stickers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can we get a Beyond the Blast Doors logo on the trolley in the Del Mar Loop? Because I just read an article how Joy FM, the Christian radio station, already has a bumper sticker on the trolley in the Del Mar Loop. And I wanted to put like a Beyond the Blast Doors sticker, if not over it, just next to it. I think that would be some great publicity. Steven, I want that Grinch heart of yours to grow just exponentially. If you leave me now. Steve, I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to talk about in the show. I got Star Wars Resistance, the mid-season stuff. Honestly, we might just talk about like more canon. We might just talk about the Lost Ones. I kind of want to get more conceptual with the full episodes, like the weekly episodes. But I feel like that's just such a good way to hit like all the news of the week, and then split it all that up. So maybe we won't. Maybe we'll keep.
I think it depends on what's going on, because if there's not a whole lot of news, then we could go a little deeper into lore and stuff, which would interest me. Not that I'd have a whole lot to contribute for a while, but
We were just talking about this, like what's really good research for Star Wars. And David's watched Clone Wars. He's watched Rebels. And David's a guy that, you know, you give him a prompt, he'll go research that, and he'll come back with something special. Yeah, gotta watch the Christmas special, which I have downloaded. And if Lucasfilm is actually okay with me having the micro series on our YouTube channel, I wonder if I could get the holiday special put on.
I've never seen the holiday special.
You've never seen the holiday special?
Nope.
Steven, can we do a quick copyright search and see just how much of that thing we can show? Because either we need to do like a good bad versus bad version of a review for that movie, or we need to just like stream that movie and we commentate over it. Someone wants to tell us the legalities of that. That'd be great. Andre 2.0 says that Clone Wars returning and The Mandalorian excite him the most about Star Wars right now, so he's definitely focused on the TV. I think that's a lot of Star Wars fans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing like, I mean, like people are obviously talking about people are also talking about episode 9. It doesn't feel like the hype is really there. We just haven't had any footage. I think the moment that we see, I don't know, Kylo Ren with a new hairdo or a no shirt or a new helmet or new lightsaber hilt, like maybe he has 2 cross guards on his hilt now. I don't know. Steven wants us to review the 80s Star Wars cartoons and the droids and Ewoks. Oh, yeah, droids and Ewoks. We could review the Ewok movies. Have you seen the Ewok movies?
I have not seen the Ewok movies.
Think of like a pile of steaming garbage. And then think about what could be possibly worse than that. There you go. Watch Steve be like, I love those movies. And that's when I killed the friendship. All right, so David's making some progress here. David, can you talk about, just so far, your 4 bags through the set? Can you talk about...
Give me just a moment. I may have screwed up already.
Oh, wow.
I screwed up again.
Well, this is derailing quickly.
Give me a second to figure out what I'm doing.
You're fine. You have all the time in the world.
Let me redo this section here. That'll just be easier.
Here, you know what? While you figure that out, I'm going to run a commercial real quick because I need to cough really bad, and I just don't want to do anything into the thing. So I'm going to run a 20-second promo for our Beyond the Blast Door logo pins, And I hope that encourages you to go to beyondtheblastdoors.com right now and buy a pin. And we'll be right back in 20 seconds.
All wings report in. Brand new Beyond the Blast Door collector pins are now in stock. Help spread the word about the Beyond the Blast Door Star Wars conversation by picking up a brand new exclusive show pin. Pins are only $8. Order and pay online at beyondtheblastdoors.com. Movies, TV, comics, toys, cosplay. Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars conversation.
All right, that was cute, right? David loves that promo, by the way.
I do. I think it's hysterical.
It's it's high production. Steve Hyman took like 7 photos of the pin with Lego minifigures, and then I just did some really random zoom action. But seriously, if you want to support our channel, if you want to support our show, if you like the content that we do here on Beyond the Blast Doors, and like I said, we're trying to do more unique stuff in 2019. We're not to 2020 yet, almost. Just a few months away, right? But if you really do want to support the channel, please go to beyondtheblastdoors.com right now. The website is under construction, but the shop is open. You can order your own Beyond the Blast Doors logo pin right now. Order now. We have our next shipment scheduled for next Thursday, I think. Or maybe it's next Wednesday. It'll be next week. But go ahead, get your order in, and get a pin. And then once you get that pin, please take the time, take a selfie of you wearing that pin, and then tweet us, Facebook us. We would love to include you in our next promo. And thank you on our channel for supporting Beyond the Blast Doors. It's a really cool opportunity, and it's just a really cool time, I think, for the channel because we are progressing.
They're really cheap, too. They're like, what?
$8.
$8?
$8. Mm-hmm. A lot of people sell their pins for like 12.
Does that include shipping?
10. That does include shipping. So we're actually having a conversation about it's like $3 to ship these pins correctly to make sure they don't get dinged up or anything. So I don't know if there's a conversation of upping the pin, but I think that we need to give an additional incentive, so we're trying to figure that out. But we've sold 5 pins. We have 95 to sell.
Cool.
We're making progress. Steve says, until you're monetized, you can do whatever. Good point. So, David, we'll watch the holiday special. I feel like we should have been doing this like a month ago.
Yep, in December.
When's Life Day? I don't even remember when Life Day is. I need to look that up because that'd be really funny if we did. When is Life Day?
L-I-F-E?
It's November 17th. We missed it. Kashyyyk's most important holiday in true Wookiee style. November 17th isn't like any other day on the calendar. It's a celebration of life, family, and friends. Introduced in the holiday special in 1978. I think it's the holiday special that ruined Star Wars for Harrison Ford. I think that's when he was like, what the heck am I doing here still? All right, we're making progress here, David.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you. Only a few pieces to go. Do-do-do. Just got a message from Nick Stewart.
How's Nick doing?
Good. He's going to be joining us this evening.
Nice.
We think. We're not sure yet.
Wait, is he in Hannibal?
He is approaching the Tri-States. He is covering the storm. So that'll be fun. Time check right now, 8:03 Central in the Midwest. I want to thank everybody for joining us. 8 watching live right now. At most, we had 13 watching at one time, which was a all-new high for the Beyond the Blast Door Lego live stream, which I don't know if that's saying a whole lot. We've only done 2 of these, but I'm proud of it. 16 thumbs up on the video. Appreciate that. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button. We are getting to wrap up, and what we're going to do is David has a few more pieces, so he is going to place those final pieces, going to lock those on the main build, and then he's going to kind of just walk us through, kind of like recap the build, And then we're going to get out of here because we have an intense game of Monopoly that we have to go play. And by we, I mean, like, I'm going to try my best, but I'm probably going to lose a lot because I'm terrible at the game. All right, so it looks like we're talking Star Wars Resistance. We have all the comic book talk figured out. There just wasn't anything with the movies that happened this week. I mean, I guess we can mention that Solo dropped on Netflix, but that's not really a story, you know. Honestly, I think you got to lead with Resistance just because it ties in so much to The Force Awakens.
I'm going to go through all my stickers before I'm done with this bag. And I am A-okay with that.
Better be done with them now than later.
Yep.
Yeah, boy. I'm going through new rumors on episode 9. That could be something. Oh, you know what we did get? I don't know if this would be a lead. But we do know... oh, shoot. What was I saying? Oh, what is this garbage? I want... the guests for Star Wars Celebration haven't been announced. We have Matt Wood, who's been a sound editor for Lucasfilm since '92. Janina Gunvankar, who's Iden Versity on Battlefront 2. James Arnold Taylor, who I can say is like a semi-friend of the show. I don't know. He's the voice of my voicemail right now on my phone. But he's Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Clone Wars. He was in the micro series and the Dave Filoni version. You have Christopher Sean, who is Kaz from Star Wars Resistance. Susan McGrath, who is Tam Ravora in Star Wars Resistance. You have Scott Lawrence, who voices Jarek Yeager in Star Wars Resistance. So that's kind of cool. Do you think we could fit that into Real Talk?
Yeah.
Because like they're like movie.
No.
No.
It's not really real talk.
Do you think that's like a stay on target kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It's not really Sasha or Blasted. And I'm going to go ahead and get this. And we're going to do this. Jesse's going to be really happy with me because I'm going to share the show notes right now. I haven't done much. We'll see how that goes over.
Okay.
All right, we have 8 people watching. David, it looks like you are ready to kind of recap this thing so we can wrap up this live build. So, David, just kind of explain where we're at right now.
So if anybody cares, I am on step number 177, page 104 of my book. And there are a grand total of 253 pages in here. So about 40% of the way done. And a total of 383 steps. So got quite a few more of those to go. So we are building the First Order Star Destroyer. So we've got a nice base going here so far with what I've built. The sides, it's really sturdy, especially on the bottom, which I really like. This last bag number 4, really kind of focused on the interior of it. So up here in the front, there's kind of this neat little walking bay here that you can walk back and forth, and there's a console computer right up here. There's a number of computer consoles and chairs down here as well, so you can put little figures in there, and they can be typing away at whatever they need to do to take over the galaxy. Up here in this quadrant, there's a couple chairs, and we have a table with a little cup on it so our officers can rest and relax. There's this really cool slidey elevator that you can put a little guy on and raise him up and down. And there's another little stand over here, which you could have somebody clicking away at a computer. If you flip it around, and I hope this you can see this pretty well, but right up here there's a set of stairs that leads up this way, so if you don't want to take the elevator, your little guy could walk around. Then there's a neat little set of computer screens right in here, kind of a console area. You can monitor what's going on. So far I'm really excited. There are 10 total bags. We are 4 bags into it, so 6 more to go. 3 hours, just over 3 hours, David, into the build. So that's not too bad. If I keep this up, you know, I'll get a nice 9-hour build out of this thing. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what comes next, but that may wait until next week.
You done? That's it?
Yep.
That's how you're going to finish it up?
That's how I'm going to finish it up.
All right, sounds good. Well, hey, everybody, it was so fun hanging out in the live chat, and I'm going to bring David back on camera just real quick because I feel like he deserves that. Well, first I'll show you the Grievous helmets, and then I'm going to show you the cosplay helmets again because those are pretty cool. And then this is the Lego set that we're ultimately trying to build. And then this is David. So that microphone is like way high.
Is it?
Like
It's been kind of up there the whole time.
Well, yeah, it was just so that way we could
keep it out of the way.
keep the crinkle down. All right.
So.
All right. Well, David, is that the sign off?
Yep. Thanks for watching. Next week we'll probably continue with the next 3 or 4 bags and pound this out the week later. Until then, join us on Sunday. We'll be live with our next episode number 54, as we try to figure out what we're going to talk about for the rest of the evening.
Man, if that didn't sell you to join, I don't know what would. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Live comic book unboxing plus my Holy Grail comic, and you'll see my face in that video. See you guys soon.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Blast Doors. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Beyond the Blast Doors, a Star Wars conversation.